Because we want to protect our asses from crybabies, salty bitches, and lawsuits, we want to remind you this show is rated M for mature individuals only. That means if you're easily offended by graphic language, griefers, or full frontal nudity, please disconnect now and get the fuck out. Thank you, Mario, but the good podcast is in another castle. I know you want this body, but you just can't have it.
No, Elias, I will not do what you just said before what the people heard.
Okay.
Yes. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Remove from Play, the show where we remove ourselves from the culture and hobby we love. And what is that culture and hobby we love?
I don't remember.
Video games. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It is Tuesday, February 3rd, 2015, episode number 129. Yes. 129 episodes. I am Mac19. I press the buttons, and apparently I produced the show, but not everything went almost wrong today.
You try.
Yes, we all try. We all try. Yes, I press the buttons and all that good stuff. We have Elias joining us this week over. He's sitting in the chat, girls. This is the third week in a row. Well, not in a row, but third episode in a row where you're sitting in the chat chair again.
Yep.
Yeah, we have our hosts are having some issues getting here. Sadly, the weather stuff, tired stuff, work stuff, forgetting stuff. Stuff happens.
Indeed.
Right, like a great man once said to me, stuff happens when you party naked. Also, don't be poor.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Don't be poor. It's always a good advice. We also have Elena joining us via Skype.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Yes. It's going to be an interesting show. Yeah, I'm boring.
No. Right.
Yay, I'm boring. That was hilarious.
Woo.
Woohoo! That's okay. What we'll do, we'll have bam. There. Now it's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, she's good.
I've never got to use that sound yet.
It's so
I was
irrelevant.
like, what is popular right?
Reason.
It's so funny. I put that sounder in 2012, right? So I'm like, what's a popular sound clip right now?
I
Gundam
guess,
style.
Gundam style.
Gangdom. I don't know. I always say Gundam.
Gangbang style.
I always say Gundam. That's because even though there's no U in there, there's no U, and it's not an anime, but that's what I always said.
Korean City, giant robot. Okay, you
Made out of Gundanium.
differentiate the two.
Obviously his suit is made out of Gundanium. Come on, nothing could be that awesome and shiny about that. Yes, do you own a suit, Eli?
I own a sports jacket.
Is it made out of Gundanium?
It's made out of fabric.
Aw.
And it's tan.
It's tan. That's like the most blandest sports jacket you can have.
No, it's pretty stylish.
Do you have a tie that has cheesy cheese
on
it too?
You put the sports jacket over whatever shirt you're wearing, and you look like a stand-up comedian, and it's fine.
Yes, it is. So why don't you tell us? Tell us a joke.
Jeez, Louise, put me on the spot. A horse walks into the bar, and the bar. No, I didn't finish it. And then the bartender says, "Why the long face?" And shoot, I already messed up the joke.
Okay, so yeah, we totally talked about video games on this show. Yeah, so what we got for you this week, boys and girls? Well, we got some little bites, talk about a couple little things going on. We got some news of the week, and then we got Game Spotlight. That's what we're going to be doing with the show this week. But let's start off this bitch like we always do, except last week. What games have we been playing this past couple weeks? Let's start off with you, Elias.
Okay. I've been playing Age of Empires: The Forgotten Empires.
Still playing that?
Well,
huh?
yeah. There's
man.
it's got a ton of multiplayer available, and also I've been playing a lot of the campaigns because they're pretty good. They don't have any voice acting like the original game, but this is because it was technically a fan-made expansion. But the campaigns are still really fun. They're well made. A lot of nice scene decoration, eye candy. As far as a game from like 1990,
Eye candy.
yeah, 1999 can produce, which is a lot. And it has a lot of mods for it, which I enjoy.
Yeah, mods are always good.
Yes.
Well, mods aren't always good, but the idea of mods is always good.
Yes.
Because there are
And-
definitely mods out there that are not. They're very lackluster.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of bad mods, a lot of texture packs where it seems like whoever designed them made them wrong because when you uninstall them, well, or maybe it's the Steam Workshop system where you can hit subscribe and it installs the mod files directly to the game. Sometimes when you unsubscribe, it leaves some of the files behind, and you're like, this is driving me nuts because I installed a joke mod. It was called Giga Trees, which made the trees giant. Because there's like a mod called Pussy Trees, which makes the trees small, which is good for like when you're playing competitive multiplayer. Like they don't get in the way of your buildings.
So you get an advantage.
Yeah, to having small trees, and it's a fair mod to use.
Eli, I like how you immediately defended yourself. Like it's a fair
Well,
mod.
it sounds
It's
unfair.
a fair mod.
It is. But then Giga Trees is like the opposite, and it's kind of a joke. And it was kind of fun to play with like a little bit, even though they were sort of low-res textures. They just like scaled them up and then put them back in the game. But when I uninstalled it, the bamboo stuck around, and the bamboo was the only thing that was still giant. It was driving me crazy. And it messed up. Like to get rid of it, I had to like do like this verifying game cache and a bunch of other random stuff. Then I had to reinstall all the ones that I wanted. Like I got this one called HD Cliffs. It makes the cliffs look really nice, much better.
Eli, I love how it's like I got this one mod that just makes the cliffs look so goddamn good.
It does because
goddamn
the
good.
cliffs in the original are like really tiny. They're like I don't know. Well, in the original game, they were like a little bit bigger. Then in the HD version, they're smaller and they look real ugly. They look like they're made of like fins, or like they look like they're made out of like dolphins. If that makes
They
any
look
sense.
like they're made out of dolphin.
Yeah, they're super ugly.
Dolphin.
Yeah, it's like the texture of dolphins on there.
Like-
Sort of.
Okay, sure,
Yeah.
dolphin.
And then I installed the cliff one, which makes it like fills up the entire tile that this like sprite takes up. So they look so much nicer. Basically, they just look so much nicer.
So much nicer.
Okay, and the other game that I've been playing is Stronghold Crusader HD. And what I've learned about like HD with these old games, basically they just put them from 4:3 ratio to 16:9. That's the only thing HD about them.
That's very funny because recently Tulip just posted a video about HD remakes.
Oh, really?
It was talking about what game that just came out. Might of Magic 3 or what is it called? Something about Mighty Magic. I don't fucking know what it was. Some old game that was really popular that I
Alright.
know nothing about. So
Yeah.
and he was saying how all they did was they literally just turned it 16:9.
Yeah, that is what I might have saw that. That's how I realized it, because then when I went back to the games, I'm like, oh yeah, look, it is widescreen. I didn't even notice that. Like I thought the game had always been in widescreen, but I guess my monitor had always just been a square monitor when I was playing as a kid.
Yeah, you never had. You
Never noticed
could
it.
never afford a widescreen monitor back in the day.
Yeah, I guess not. Even though it was
Heroes of Might and Magic. That's what it is. That
Heroes
just came out in
of-
HD, the third one. Yeah, so that's the one.
Mice and Magic. Magic
Of
Mice.
Mighty of Magic or something. I already
Mighty
forgot. I
Taco.
just read it and I already forgot it. That's sad.
Okay.
Heroes of Might and Magic. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one, the third one of that. So Heroes of Might and Magic 3 came out for HD, and he was complaining about it. Like, oh, it's just 16:9. This doesn't deserve to exist. And he had a whole topic about HD-fied games.
Indeed.
Are they worth it? What's their purpose? Blah, blah, blah.
And then he complained about the menu, probably.
Oh, man, you really hate on him for this menu thing.
Yeah, 'cause
and
it's
is
stupid.
It's
It's
important.
so
it's
stupid.
It is important.
I watched his Dying Light review or whatever, and like you can't even see the minutia that he's explaining because like YouTube's HD isn't even that good.
I know.
He's
The way they do their transcoding, YouTube does it.
Like
it makes
he's
it all weird.
messing with the FOV slider and the depth of view slider and all these quality sliders in the game and comparing them side by side. And you did this for like 25 minutes of the video. It's like a 30-minute video, and you can't tell the difference.
Hey man, like I
At
said
all.
before, Total Biscuit needs to start what's like a Gordon Ramsay type show where he stands behind developers and he says, "You call that an FOV slider?" Bam, bam, he slaps them.
It's a pretty good idea because like it's getting ridiculous.
Yeah,
Just
it
cut
was a
out.
joke that was made on the Co-optional podcast, so
Oh.
that's not my original joke.
Oh, I
Just
thought you were
saying.
funny.
I thought that was timed well.
Indeed.
Yes.
Okay, so in Stronghold, let me finish talking about this game, please.
Oh, sorry. I didn't
No,
mean
I'm
to
just
interrupt
messing.
you.
I don't like it that much.
Uh-oh, you
it's
don't
okay.
like it.
I got some friends that are playing it, and they're like, "Oh, play with us," and I'm like, "Okay," because he technically he bought the game for like a bunch of people to play, including me. So I'm like, I better play it because he bought it. It's like a gift.
Was it like a humble bundle or something?
No, he just bought it. He was like, he saw it was on Steam, and he's like, "I want this."
How much is it? Do you know?
$9.99. So I better play this.
Pretty relatively cheap.
But still, like to buy for a bunch of people,
Oh yeah, that's
and
a
like not even knowing if they're gonna like it or not. And I do not like it.
lot.
It's like kind of like I don't even know. It's like cribbage or something. You know what I mean? Where if you ever played the game, cribbage is like this stupid board with stupid pigs in it, and then
Yeah. I've
you
seen
like
it.
throw down cards,
I have
and you just
never
do the
heard of
same
this
thing
game.
in every single. You just do the exact
Oh, wow.
same thing in every single game and move your pegs.
I
That's
have never heard of this cribbage game.
yeah. It's like an old lady game. My mom and sister play it.
My grandma used to have parties with games like that, and I remember playing along with like a ton of yeah, cribbage is boring.
Yeah, it's so Stronghold Crusaders HD is like cribbage.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's stupid. You just like make the same base every single time, and your like guy tells you it's like you're the fifth greatest lord, or it has interesting sound effects, but there's like no nuance to the game whatsoever. There's no strategy. As long as you just survive being attacked by your enemy a couple times, you just build up a big old army and knock down his base. Kill his lord.
Killer's what?
His lord. Like you're a lord in the game. You're like a little lord that stands on top of a little house called a stronghold, and the house is it's like just like a little stupid rectangle that you stand on top of in the game. And it's the worst game. And then sometimes if there's like lions on the map, or sometimes there's like lions on the map. Yeah.
Are you telling me that it's worse than Kim Kardashian's or
It's
fucking
a
whatever
different
the fuck that
kind of
game's
game.
called?
It's a different kind of game. It's probably
Is
better.
it worse than Depression Quest?
Well, hey, I
Different.
agree that Depression Quest is pretty much probably not really. I don't think
That's like a
consider it
text-based
game,
adventure.
Yeah.
but it's hey,
Yeah.
there's something to do. It's not that bad. It's just bad.
Yeah. It's like Crusader.
I've seen pretty bad games out there.
Yeah,
Some
there's
games
bad
are
like
way worse. than
Bad
Depression
Rats. I want to play Bad Rats.
Is it worse than the than the Rambo video game?
Quest. Oh,
Ooh.
jeez, that Rambo video game was. How about the Rocky fighting game? Rocky punching.
Punching
Rocky.
Beats Simulator.
God, what is it? That's a Rocky boxing game. That's what it is.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
That's that would be weird.
It's up there. It's pretty bad. It doesn't have much of a following online, which is not a good sign for an HD remake, in my opinion. Like, there's no basically the only way I'm basing that off is there's pretty much like nothing on the Steam
What are those things?
community
called?
about it, and there's like no Reddit for it. So I'm like,
I can check the
this-
Steam charts right now. Let's see if I can find
Yeah,
it.
see if anyone cares about this game at all.
Yeah.
I know Paul cares about it.
The trending
That's about it.
games right now
Yeah.
are Darkest Dungeon, Torchlight 2, and Surgeon Simulator.
That's still trending. Wow.
9,000 people are currently playing Darkest Dungeon. Over 3,000 for Torchlight 2, and then Surgeon Simulator is 384 people
Can
playing.
you do a search?
Yes, you can.
Do one for Stronghold
Those are-
Crusader.
Those are the trending games. Now the top game. Well, I bet you can totally guess what the top games are being played right now.
Dota.
Dota, you're correct. And we guess what the next one is.
Is League of Legends on there?
No, the League of
Oh.
Legends. No, Riot is not. No, Steam.
Okay,
no.
okay. I have no clue. Binding of
Counter Strike.
Isaac. Oh, Counter
And then
Strike.
Football Manager 2015.
Oh, that sounds
and
boring.
then Team Fortress 2.
Oh yeah, those are popular games.
Yes, they have very popular games. Now, what's the game you want to know?
Stronghold Crusader HD.
All right. While I looked that up,
Crusader.
Elena, tell us
Yes.
what games you've been playing.
Well, guess what? Finally got patched a bit, so I could finally play it.
Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed. Yes, I got a update on it last week sometime, and it was kind of funny because it came with the Dead Kings DLC. And while I was playing Unity, I got sidetracked. I kind of like got jumped into the Dead Kings DLC before I finished the main story, which turned out to be a good thing because money is an issue in the game. But I was still a little pissed off, and I couldn't figure out how to get out of the DLC. So I played the after story before I finished the main story.
Oh.
But it wasn't too bad. Like I said, the thing about the Dead Kings DLC is there's a lot of money in it, and I was having a serious gear problem. I kept dying just from being underleveled, basically, which was really weird for Assassin's Creed. Like really, really weird. They took out the counter kill system. That I could tell.
Man, that's what I used to use to abuse everybody.
Yeah,
Abuse the
I
system.
know.
It made fighting
was,
so not fun.
like,
Is it fun now? Well, you probably like the counter kill thing. I just thought it made it too easy to, fight off.
Well, the thing is that in Assassin's Creed, it's kind of made for the main character to be this super human that can knock out 50 guys and just row after row.
Yeah, you want to seem like a badass, yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, that's not the only problem. The problem is, you get swarmed by guards, especially if you get caught in a place where, especially if they like ring the bells and everything, and they call in reinforcements, which is a bigger deal in Unity than it has ever been before. So, like, I would get in there, and I would not be able to sabotage a bell in time, and I would get jumped by 5 guys, which is 5 guys is handleable. But then it takes like 10 hits per person to kill. Without upgraded weapons, and then I get surrounded by 50 of them, and there's no counter kill system.
Sounds like it's gonna take a lot longer to kill people.
Yeah, it takes a lot longer, and especially when you're on a timed mission or something along those lines.
Well,
and
shouldn't you be all stealthy and assassin-y instead of fighting?
Well, that's the
or were
thing.
these
Sometimes...
made? I remember when I was playing Assassin's Creed, a lot of them were like you're made to fight them. Was it that kind of situation?
Yeah.
Oh.
And like it's okay when you're supposed to be stealthy and everything, but my point is, if you are caught, then you should be able to get out of it by your own means and not rely and not fighting every single person 10 hits at a time just to escape. Because if you can't hit somebody,
Get me.
Do they have smoke bombs?
If you get hit, yeah, you have smoke bombs,
Good,
but
good.
you're also really limited on them. Like I think you can only have 5 or 6 without upgrading, and gear, like I said, has been insanely expensive. I actually read a blog. I was looking at some other people's reviews on them, and a lot of the microtransactions in the games are kind of geared towards getting the gear, because you can hack the gear with Helix points instead of paying for it with in-game currency.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Which... that's okay. I don't mind, microtransactions, especially with the cost of development going up and game prices really can't increase, which is a good point. But at the same time, it does make it extremely difficult when you don't have the extra cash to spend or you don't want to do that.
I was gonna say, I'm all for that too. The problem is, though, obviously the counterpoint to that is, well, can we trust the developers to make the progression system the correct way if they're not being influenced by the higher-ups to make it harder and make it more easier just to buy everything? That's the one problem with it. And I love the idea of paying for things. Like, some people have, 30 minutes a night to play a video game, and maybe they just want to pay $5 to get the upgrade so they can just have a fun time playing their game. Time versus, not, pay for your to get more time, or just pay with your time.
They should probably get their priorities.
Then like I was saying, it always comes back to, hey, can we trust them to do that shit? I don't know.
Right, and I don't think it was handled very well in Unity. However, I do like the addition. There's the other things that you can buy that are in-game transitions are time saver packs that get you the collectibles easier, or they get you the maps right away, things like that, so you don't have to go around doing all the collectible quests. And I like those. Those are only $2 a piece for whatever.
$2 like hotcakes.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it's and then you save yourself it's probably at least 3 to 4 hours of just running around. But that's what I like to do, so the other thing that I noticed in Unity was the companion app, which I borrowed my daughter's tablet to use with, and I actually really, I did not think I'd like it, but I loved the companion app for Unity. I adore it. What you do is you download Assassin's Creed Unity, and they call it the companion app, and you know how they usually have side time missions and stuff for other assassins and other games? Yeah, that's what the app is. And what it does is it unlocks in-game chests, and I think the final chest is Altair's costume. And I like that. Yeah, and it's all kind
the best one.
Yeah, obviously. So I've got to finish it. I'm about halfway through the companion app quest. We're getting up to the 24-hour missions and everything now. But it's actually done really well. I like the puzzles in it. You get these little puzzles. And there's a really big in-game infrastructure with buying things. especially if you integrate Uplay, which I have no problem doing because I've been a Uplay member since 2. Like, I have no problem like getting rewards and stuff from Uplay. Like, I can spend Uplay points to get currency in the in-game app. I can use the in-game app to get currency in Unity, because there's different currency in the app and in Unity, and you can kind of like you can earn points in Unity to get Uplay stuff and buy currency in the app to further progress your time in there. And
Well, do you
stuff,
feel that the whole companion app thing actually enhances the gameplay experience? Like, or is it just something out of convenience you feel? I don't know.
I think it actually did enhance, because there's like a whole bunch of like extra in-game missions that you can do, and they're optional. Which is something I think they did really nice, because you can either have one of your in-companion app assassins do it for you, and it'll be done in 24 hours, or you can hop into your Assassin's Creed Unity and actually do the mission yourself.
I never liked the whole companion app thing. I like it. If it was like the Wii U's controller where the screen's kind of like built in, and then you could get more information from there, then I like that. But I never liked the idea of, oh, let me whip out my companion app, put down controller, pick out phone.
Phone
or
on.
I did like the thing. I don't know what game it was. Anyways, there was some game where the companion app was, well, if you had someone sitting next to you, they could do something to help you out in your experience, like be a support. I don't know what game it was. I think a couple games did it, but I kind of like those ideas. But I don't know. It might be something that's so, let's see, so situational for the card game that I don't know how. Like, I don't know if you can really incorporate in game design. 'Cause will everyone have a smartphone? Like, I guess everyone does have a smartphone, but I don't know.
Most people do.
Well,
I just don't like it. I think that's what it is. I don't think it's a bad thing, though.
Right. Well, and the thing about the app is that it was made to be an optional thing, which is good.
Yeah, I think that's what they gotta do. Yeah.
You're not really. The only thing you're missing out, truly, is you're not gonna get Altair's costume.
What do you fucking do, Basil?
Yeah, but that's really it. I mean, the cash rewards are medium. I did see that they all had another integration system with the Initiates program, which is an entirely different thing, but it got closed down, and they just unlocked all the in-game chests for that, which was a good move, because the Initiates apparently was an entire mess. Let me think. But yeah, the scaling system was really, for gear per level, was pretty bad. And I'm kind of glad, I think they just gave everybody the Dead Kings DLC for free, because it just came with my upgrade.
Yeah, it's because were having all those problems. That's what they gave away for free to everybody.
So that was a good move. That was an excellent move, and they packed it with money for those of us that were struggling to get through the sequence 5. I think is where we all got stuck, and so we got tons of money, and we were just able to buy enough decent gear from that. After you go back and play the main story, you gotta beat that one first, but there's not too many like spoilers for the main story in Dead Kings. There's really not. So it worked, and I enjoyed the story. Arno is very interesting. He is a much better assassin, in my opinion, than Kenway was. And it definitely felt like an Assassin's Creed game.
Cool, so you're enjoying it.
Oh yeah, I am. And Stuart bought me Rogue, too, so I've been playing that, too.
Yeah, Rogue. That's the one apparently that it was, in the end, worked better than everything, because it was based off the old engine and everything.
Yeah, I probably have talked enough. I'll talk about Rogue next week when I beat it.
Yeah.
I mean, so far I'm enjoying it, but I love Arno. I adore Arno, actually. He's probably my favorite assassin now next to Ezio.
They actually gave him some personality, because it seems like they've all just been brooding guys have been like...
Yeah! Well, Ezio and Connor were personalities, but they were a different kind. Like, Ezio everybody loved and knew because we played through so much.
Yeah, but
Connor was a personality that nobody liked. And Edward Kenway was just a pirate. That was his personality. He was a pirate. That's boring. Arno has a deep, deep love story that goes on throughout the entire game. He does things. He has opinions, and he goes through with them.
I have opinions, and I have views, and I have love.
He's built up more like a character, which is better for me. Like Edward Kenway was such a dull, blank slate. Paint him as a pirate and play it off that way. I mean, that was his identity. That's a bad character. Arno, so much more interesting, so much cooler, and great dynamic with the whole Unity thing. I'm not going to give up too much, but Rogue and Unity definitely have a Templar sympathy feel, which was interesting in my opinion. What upset me, actually, I will mention this real quick, is that Unity seems to have less of the out of Animus storyline than Rogue. Rogue seemed to be the actual where the Assassin's Creed storyline was centered, which probably not a bad thing.
They actually go out of the Animus now. I thought that wasn't a thing anymore. I thought they kind of like abandoned everything ever.
No, they've always done that. Always,
Oh,
even
really?
in Black
I
Flag.
didn't know that.
Yeah. It was actually, they do a really scary like immersion factor with you don't ever get to see the person's face that you're playing out of the Animus now, but you do know that they work for Abstergo Industries and Entertainment. There's like this entire immersion feeling because when the credits scroll across when you first open the game, one of the logos that comes up is Abstergo Entertainment Industries. Like it's actually trying to play it off as they're trying to take over the world. Hey, come on.
I always felt bad for the Assassin's Creed series because I in the beginning it was like, hey, they could do some cool stuff with this. Then in the end, they're like they wrote them. I don't know if they wrote themselves in a back corner or something. Like they kind of just went all nuts about it. And they're like, well, in this game, you're a guy who plays the game. You're a game tester of the Animus system thing. And I was like, oh, okay, they backed themselves into something.
They jumped the shark into a corner.
It's really interesting.
I wouldn't say that honestly. But I really like it. Probably is a little overcomplicated for a lot of people. I probably will agree with that. But I like that.
Well,
that's
just make a cool history game.
Yeah, see, that's what I always want. What I wanted when the first one came out, and then we found out it was a sci-fi. I was like, oh shit. Yeah. Well, now they literally could go. He has to find out some secret in this game, and then the next game he has to go back. He actually has to find like I don't know what is it, a ghetto version of the Animus. Well, no, I thought they could have. Let me defend you. Like then it could be like, I escaped from that, and I found out that I'll find ghetto versions of the machine. I'll have to go find the assassin during the Egyptian time and find out another piece of the puzzle.
That'd be so
cool. The next game would have been it could have been like a mystery treasure hunt thing, but that would have been just you would have had to redid every. Can you imagine Assassin's Creed? Like, let's see, they did the European, and then they could have done like Asia. Pirate could have been just one instead of, and they could have done like Egyptian times. They could have done Victorian era assassins.
Japanese.
They could have done
Chinese.
Japanese, and maybe it was just a ninja type game. Like they had an ability to do so many cool things with it. That's where I wanted it to go.
One with aliens.
Well, that would have been like maybe towards the end there.
No,
I don't know about aliens.
No, it could be like super ancient times, like super Neolithic times.
No, don't bring the Indiana Jones shit in here.
No, it'd be cool though.
With that. That's kind of what they do.
That would be sweet.
I mean, the whole precursor race is super ancient times, and then that's the Assassin's Creed storyline is super ancient times, and they're trying to reveal all these super ancient relics. Also, they were hinting in Unity that we were probably going to go to Cairo in a future game, which I'm so excited for because I've been wanting Egyptian assassins.
But it's
going to
be like the 1800s probably.
Oh, I don't care. Yeah, well, no. Let me think. The earliest in the
timeline
was...
There's gonna be steamboats. It's gonna be 1800s.
I
can see
steamboats
in the futures.
I mean, we did get the comic book takes place in Russia, and I do know, and there have been several mentions of assassins' cells in Egypt, present and past. So, I mean, they do explore other areas, just not all the time, and they gotta keep it focused on, like, what, makes sense. French Revolution is pretty good, though. I mean, we got to see the beheading of King Louis.
If there's Templars, they've got to go to Egypt. This is Illuminati straight up.
I would like the Egypt. I loved exploring the Caribbean with Edward, though. It was a beautiful place.
Because we're pirates of the Caribbean now.
Yeah.
So what have I been playing? I've been playing Kingdom Rush Origins.
Of course.
No, Frontiers? I don't even remember. Is it Origins? No, Frontiers is the one I've been playing, not Origins. Origins is the new one.
Okay.
So Frontiers, because I told 2 weeks ago, I found that you could play it in a browser, and it blew my mind you could. I've been enjoying the shit out of it. It is balanced so differently. The upgrade systems are different. The maps are wickedly different. It's a good upgrade, actually. And I've been playing it on hard. I went straight to hard. I was like, fuck it. I'm a vet. I got this. I played over 40 hours of Kingdom Rush. I got this. And it's difficult enough. It's hard to do it without losing even one. Oop, I broke this. Without even losing a heart. I've been able to pass everything, but trying to do it without losing a heart. And also, Eli, there's currently 47 people playing Stronghold Crusader Extreme HD.
Not so good.
47.
47.
Of course, this is a guesstimation because not
That's
everyone.
the whole entire world. 47
Yeah.
people are
The
playing.
reason it's a guesstimation is because what it does, all Steam Charts does is it has an account that just looks at all the metadata, and then you know how when you look at someone's account, it says they're playing this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what all Steam Charts is. So it's not technically super accurate, because if someone has their shit set to private, then you don't see what they're doing.
That's true. I didn't know you could do
Yeah,
that.
so that's what Steam Charts gets data for. But 47 people are playing it in the world right now, so that tells you how popular it is.
It kind of does, but like the third most popular thing, only 3,000 people are playing. And I know 3,000 is a lot, but
No, the third most popular was Football Manager 2015 with 51,000.
Oh wait.
That was trending. I was talking about.
What?
That was what was trending.
Oh, so okay, never mind.
Dota
yeah,
2 is the
47.
most played with almost 500,000 people
Playing right now.
playing right now.
Holy cow! Yeah, strong creative status. It's not fun. It's boring. It's like you probably played it when you were a kid or whatever, or a teenager, depending on how old you are.
Yes.
And it stinks.
I've been enjoying Frontiers quite heavily, and I've also been playing Pokemon Omega Ruby. So.
Ooh.
Oh yay! You like it?
No, I'm actually have not. I do not care two craps about the story at all so far. I'm not interested in this. It's kind of disappointing.
Aw.
I wasn't at the time. That's the thing. I'm like, what do you mean I've got to first find May and then I can go off? And then my dad's the fucking first gym leader, but I can't see him again until
Hey,
I get
at
6
least you
badges.
have a dad in this one.
Okay, I guess that's true. I have a dad. Unlike Ash. I mean Red. Like, oh, where's your dad? Oh, he's off doing Pokemon. He's
But
probably have
Ash
sex
has
with a Jinx.
dad.
A
It was
jinx.
mentioned in like the second episode.
Yeah,
His
Ash's
dad's
dad.
dead?
Ash's dad.
Yeah.
I believe in the coma theory. That's my theory.
That Ash is in a
Oh,
coma.
God.
That Ash is in a coma. It makes sense. He got hurt.
It,
He fucking
I
doesn't
know
age.
It makes sense, but fucking
He ages. His clothes change eventually. You know.
Oh, yes.
So I
Clothes
think he's a little
change.
older because he got new clothes.
He did have a birthday in one of the
He had a
seasons.
growth spurt. You know, his pants were
that
floods. He
doesn't
needed new ones.
matter. He's still 10. Good God.
He's 10.
Stupid.
And when's he going to
Yeah.
marry May? Misty.
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 Well, he can't. He's 10.
They need to marry
Uh-huh.
and have kids. Have little Squirtle babies.
Ew.
Somehow they'll pop out
No!
Pokemon.
Oh
Somehow
my
they'll pop out
God.
Pokemon. I don't know how that works.
That's where Pokemon come from.
Yeah, they actually come from humans. Believe it or not. That's totally how it works. So yeah, let's see what else I've been playing. I think that's it. Yeah, that's all I've been really been playing. Of course, I've played some, digital versions of card games, which is just Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon and Magic, but that's just kind of a given. But Pokemon Omega Ruby, I'm enjoying it, but I'm not like I don't care too. I'm skipping all the story stuff. I no longer care. I just want to get all the badges, beat it, and get my Pokemon. Kind of sad.
Beat it.
I don't care about the hidden base thing. Like, this is not a game for me, but it's nice to have the latest Pokemon so that you have all your Pokemon ready to go. That's about it. I'll bring my
Actually,
after I get my badges, I'll move my Kingler and all my other Pokemon over, so I'm all good to go for competitive play. My Kingler rocks shit, son. I've been talking about my Kingler for like a year now, and it's the fucking best Kingler in the world. I swear.
oh my.
I totally don't lie or exaggerate.
Actually, do you have an Aegislash? Because I kind of need one.
No, I don't.
Damn it.
I got Torchic though, which evolved
don't
into that
need
bird
Tor-
thing. Yeah, what's it called
Not
in the
a
middle?
million Torchics. I don't need another.
What's the thing in the middle? What's the middle evolution called?
Humbuskin.
Oh fuck yeah! No wonder I can't remember it. Yeah,
Doesn't even make
Blaziken is the only one that matters. Fuck that.
Well, Blaziken's fucking awesome, so.
Yeah, the anime is what
I
made him
love
awesome. Because like I'm from a secret region. Look at my weird looking Pokemon, Ash. It's a fire fighting. It's a bird. At the time, I didn't think it was a bird. I was like, what is this Blaziken?
Torchic. Duh. Torchic.
Tortilla. I don't know.
Tortilla. Okay. So let's get into some little bites.
You guys are killing me.
They're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. Our first thing in the little bites here, before we get into news of the week, a couple little things just want to spew out here. PlayStation meets Spotify. So recently, Sony PlayStation Music has gotten rid of their unlimited service, and now they're just teaming up with Spotify. Now, I don't know about the part if you actually still have to pay for this yet. I'm trying to read through the little article here.
Spotify, you have to pay for anyways, don't you?
No, so here's the thing. It's being powered by Spotify. It's actually not just the Spotify app. It's just whatever Music Unlimited. They're getting rid of that, and now they're just using PlayStation Music, which is that's teaming up with Spotify. So, to my knowledge, it's just they're providing pretty much the back end part of it, like probably the digital library, all their licenses that come with it, and it's being powered by their technology. It's not a Spotify app. I do know that now. In terms of like if you still have to pay, because before you had to pay for Music Unlimited. I still don't know about that part just yet. It might be listed in this article, but I just don't seem to see it. Let's see. Yeah, so PlayStation Music Unlimited service will close in all 19 countries on March 29th, so you have till then to enjoy your Music Unlimited branding name, I guess. And then 41 markets where PlayStation Music featuring Spotify will be available at launch, including U.S., Canada, Mexico, and Brazil. From February 28th, 2015, Music Unlimited users will have an active subscription will receive up to 30 days free access through March 29th, 2015. Stay tuned to the PlayStation blog if you want more details about the upcoming music featuring Spotify. So keep in mind. So it looks like from the way they're talking about, you'll get a 30-day trial. Sounds like to me you still have to pay for it.
Yeah.
You're not just, hey, if you have Spotify, you get this free. So it literally looks like they're just powering it. Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know if this really matters to anyone. Does anyone really use their music features on their consoles? I bet someone out there does, and like some people truly do use like the all media features.
What the heck is the point of it?
I don't know. Another music platform.
But
I don't
like,
know. I really don't know. Actually, I never really got.
Can you hear
At least back in the day of the 360, remember when they had the whole Zune thing?
Ooh, the Zune
At least
debacle.
when they had that whole ecosystem, it kind of made sense back then. But it's just like, why would I pay for Music Unlimited? Like, because most people, like, if they're going to pay for a music service, they're already paying for, like, iTunes. Or that let's see. There's the one Beats by Dre got, which iTunes bought up. So actually, yeah, it'll just be iTunes eventually.
Beats by iTunes.
Yeah, because Beats by Dre, they actually had their own service, kind of like iTunes. But Apple bought that up not too long ago.
Groove Shark.
It was called Groove Shark.
I don't know. I know that.
I don't think it was called Groove Shark, but it could be. I don't fucking know.
Pandora Radio.
Pandora Radio. Yeah. So that's gonna be a thing. I don't know. I think most gamers don't use the I think most people already have
I
iTunes.
sure as hell
But
don't.
someone must be using this. Someone must be enjoying Music Unlimited. So,
One man out there. He's
Yeah.
like, "This is great. I'm
Yep.
so excited." He says.
You know, I don't even use the Amazon Prime that I've got access to for music. I mean, and there's a lot of music on there.
You Zach.
yeah, there is.
Get on that, Elena.
Yeah, if you pay for Prime, you got all those nice features. A lot of people forget about those extra video features and stuff.
Oh, I
And
don't.
music.
I watch TV on it like all
Isn't
the
that-
time.
Isn't Amazon Prime you just get stuff shipped to you?
No,
faster?
you
No,
don't even know.
no,
You
no,
get
it's
like you
streaming,
get
it's
video
movies.
music, you get video streaming like Netflix.
Oh.
You get music streaming. You get a lot of things.
Sounds really good. I wonder if I have it.
You can rent and
Yeah.
buy movies at I think they're slightly
Amazon
cheaper.
Prime's amazing.
Yeah, Amazon is. If they keep this up, eventually they'll be as big as Google, and then we'll be worried.
I'm
But then
telling
they'll-
They just don't have the
Fine.
data like Google has right now. If they had Google
Yeah.
Google data at their disposal, they would be Skynet. 'Cause not only are we buying everything from them.
Well, what if
Yeah,
like if
Amazon-
that'd be so cool if in the Amazon comes like totally unexpectedly overcomes Google and just becomes the biggest website.
Yeah, they don't have the data at the moment, but their web services are really good, and
That's
obviously
true.
they do a lot of
Make
things
solid
too.
Website.
They sell stuff. That's still their primary way stuff. They have
Well,
their
they sell
their
stuff?
proprietary top box. They have their own phones. They're getting there.
They
Yeah,
got their
I mean,
Obama
like
phones.
you can even sell like stuff like these can also be used as an eBay.
Yeah, this
Because they
was
can-
the secondary market. It's called secondhand market. Or what the
Mhm.
fuck it's called? I don't know
Yeah,
what it's called.
they've got a main market, they got a secondary market. I mean, they've got more TV shows that I watch than Netflix does. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, well, Netflix cycles out though. Like I think Prime
they
generally
do.
has. I don't know if Prime always if cycles out or they just keep everything all the time.
No, I think they just keep everything. I only know is that they've got 3 more seasons of Storage Wars, where Netflix only has 1.
Yeah, well,
They
Netflix has
have
to wait
all
for
the
everything to
Doctor
finish.
Who.
That's the problem. They had to wait for everything to finish, and then they have to
Yeah,
make
well-
deals to get those on there. So
Yeah, but to be 3 seasons behind, that's insane.
I don't know. They're fine.
How
Get the networks to negotiate with them more. I don't know what to tell you.
How in the world does Storage Wars even matter that it's in seasons? It's not a story-driven show. They buy storage containers and then sell the stuff that's inside them.
Yeah, I know, and
You
it's
can
just
jump
a
in
fun
at
show,
any
and
point in your
I
life.
know. Yeah, I know, and but they have only like half of a season, 16 episodes versus, let me think, 32 times 4 is what, 94, 100 and over almost 200 episodes versus. That's insane.
I just watch
And-
it on TV.
That's a lot.
It's like something you can just turn
I don't
on.
have cable. I don't pay for cable. Cable's a ripoff.
You messed up. You done goofed.
No, I agree with her.
No, I.
Eli, you're nuts.
Thank you, Max.
Cable's dumb.
Cable is for when
Yeah.
you have a family. You buy
All
cable.
they have left, all that TV has
No.
left now is sports, and I feel so bad for them because once HBO, I can't believe HBO's breaking off on their own finally. That's gonna be a trend center. You know how many other networks are gonna be like, why the fuck are we doing this? Let's just do our own
I hope
app and
AMC
everything.
breaks off too.
AMC.
Yeah.
AMC, yeah, because they got Breaking Bad. Oh, not anymore technically, but they got a lot of good shows.
They don't have it
Yeah.
anymore.
They show a decent
They
amount of
technically
good
still
movies.
own it, I think, right?
I wish AMC could like show movies without commercials. I'd be happy with that. But they have commercials, and that's why they kind of stink
Yeah.
for movies.
That I don't think
fine.
that network would survive. Like
You don't
I'm
think so?
talking like the networks that have like literally their own programming. Because when you watch a movie on a network,
AMC has The
they
Walking
pay a
Dead.
fee. They pay a licensing fee to play that. So they don't actually
Right.
like if they were at an app. I guess they could do the same deal, but I think more people are gonna go with Netflix over their shitty little AMC app or whatever.
Yeah, and I mean Netflix is still pretty good because they do make their own series and stuff, and
Yeah,
I like
Netflix
them.
is smart.
They're just
I think everyone's
just-
jumping on the make your
yeah.
own shit bandwagon. Like
Make your
Xbox
own
did
shit.
for a while, but then they closed
totally
it down.
okay with that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Sony
Well-
still got theirs. They're still doing their shit. Their Sony PlayStation.
Ubisoft too. We get the Assassin's Creed movie this year. I'm so excited.
Yeah, everybody's doing their shit now. Next little bite. Club Nintendo rolls out its final rewards.
Oh my god.
So I'm going to drop the link in
Yeah.
the chat room so you guys know what the final awards you can buy now are. So go ahead, and if you're waiting, buy that shit now.
Actually, they will be rolling out the platinum and gold member rewards mid-March
Oh,
after the main drop.
okay.
So,
All right,
There's
so I
that,
guess for
yeah.
all you normal people, this is what you're going to be getting out. As reported last week, Nintendo set to discontinue in September the whole Club Nintendo shit going on. But today, Club Nintendo posted that they're actually, yesterday technically, their final update rewards for their loyal customers that they spent their coins on. Efforts to say Nintendo is going out with a bang, offering 117 titles for download, ranging from virtual console favorites to Wii U and 3DS exclusives.
and I do not have enough coins.
Tech
to get my
Raptor has
list.
some of the notable ones that they have on there, such as Kid Icarus Uprising, NES Remix. I don't think that's notable, but why not? The Wonderful 101, which, oh my god, that sounds really good if you get that for free. Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D, and a ton of
Yeah.
other favorite games. Yeah, if you want to get there.
They
Wanna
also
get
have like really cool classics. Like I know almost all of the Zelda games are going to be available across the systems, and I also know that Earthbound is on that list for the Wii U.
there. Cool.
Good.
Next, Google Earth Pro goes free.
Yeah, what is this? I don't know about this, but it excites me.
You remember Google Earth, right?
Obviously, but
Well,
what
there
is
was a
this?
better version where you could see the whole world, and it would have 3D models of everything instead of
shit.
just like it was a full feature. It was like a good version of Google Earth.
No, that's how Google Earth was.
Mhm.
You could see
No,
full
like
video.
everything was though.
Yeah.
Not like a populated city. You'll get the 3D. Well, this has the detailed 3D versions of things.
Ooh.
Like there's other, and obviously it works with
I think I
your
remember
phones
hearing
and
about
stuff.
this actually, like a long time ago.
Yeah,
and then
that's
you had
cool.
to pay for it. and I
Yeah,
was
so
like,
now it's free. So everyone go download that shit. It's
Yeah,
fun. It's
foggy
pretty much like a
computer
game. You can go see cool things.
but it's laggy.
I don't remember. It was never that laggy for me. At least the standard version wasn't. So I don't see
Just
why.
for you, Eli. It was laggy just for you.
Yeah, it was
They
just
don't
for
like
you.
me, Google.
Next, free Super Smash Bros. Update adds 9 maps to the 8-player Smash. Oh, it's
Ooh.
nice that they're bringing out a brand new update that gives you several new maps for the 8-player. Let's see. The 8-player map stages are Mario Circuit from Brawl, Luigi's Mansion, Pyrosphere, which I have no idea what the fuck that is. I don't know every game in Nintendo. No Fair. I have no idea.
Nope.
Lilac Cruise, which is, I do believe that's the name of the big ship from fucking Star Fox, the Lilac. Or is that the system, I think? I don't remember.
I don't know.
Pokemon Stadium 2,
Woo!
Town and City, Smashville, and Wii Fit Studio. Some Omega stages are Town and City, Mario Circuit, Pokemon Stadium 2, Lilac Cruise, Mario Galaxy, and the Great Cave Offensive. So more 8-player maps is awesome because I think a lot of people like the 8-player mode. I don't know if you got a bunch of friends to do it, but hey, it's fun to watch computers do it too.
It's fun. I like it.
So more free content coming out of Nintendo updates that's really nice of them. Nintendo is doing a lot of good stuff lately, and I hope they continue this up so that people will support them some more, because this is now the time for them to compete. Like I said, if they keep doing these free updates, some good DLC deals, good free-to-play games, and now if they could start bringing those third parties back in, that would be great. That's the next
could
step.
really
Let's
kill
get
it,
some.
yeah.
They're doing great with the DLC. They're doing great with the free-to-play games they were coming out with. Let's get some third parties back in here too, and then you'll be right back in there, Nintendo.
Yeah.
That's what
And
we
how about
want.
some re-releases of some of those rare amiibos, huh?
They're doing the cards. They get the AR, the
I
card,
don't
not
want
AR
the
card, but the
card.
card with the chip in it, and I don't know why they just make more statues. I don't get it.
But I want a pit figure. I'm never gonna get one at this rate.
Yeah.
God dang it.
Yeah. Final little bite of a new little bite is the FCC just changed the definition of broadband internet. Before, the definition of broadband was 4 megabits and 1 megabit upload.
Okay.
They finally changed the standard at least 25 megabits, and I think it's 4 upload.
Oh, so.
Oh,
No,
that's
3 upload. So this is great because now you can call and complain to your provider saying, hey, I'm paying for a broadband. What's going on here? Which then they'll just change the name of it, but that's okay.
Yeah.
All this is really, okay, it really doesn't change much. All this is that whatever services they were providing before they were calling broadband, just going to change the name of it. But you can at least call and complain now and say, I thought I paid for...
I thought I was paying for broadband.
Yeah, but they'll just say, well, it was just ruled, and now our definition of that's changed, so it won't do anything. But hey, now you can do that.
This means that, well, actually, no, you're right. They're going to just change it. They're going to make a super expensive package. For
No, what else they can do is
broadband.
all those standard packages that we call broadband, theoretically, their prices should just bump up to that speed. And they can't call the low ship broadband anymore and charge the broadband price.
No, they're going to change the name of the...
well, yeah, they'll call it like standard
and
internet
then
or
they're
something.
going to introduce broadband, and then broadband's going to be like
25 at least.
So
Yeah.
5 times more expensive at least.
No, I think theoretically all the prices are just going to bump up to where they're supposed to be. So if you're paying for $30 for broadband for 4, now what it is that they'll change the name of it, and you're gonna be like, well, I don't want to pay for this. I want the broadband. The price should bump up, or should go down, because they can't call it broadband. They can't charge it for broadband
Well, they're going to have
prices
to bump
anymore.
it up because they're going to...
What do you mean they're not going to bump it up? I don't know
No,
what
they
you mean.
are going to make it more expensive. If it's $30 for like the 4, and then the ruling makes broadband legally have to be 25, that you're going to be
Then
now,
the two situations are they
bump up how much you have
the
to
price
pay.
goes down to represent the package it is, or it's just they bump everyone up to that speed for the price. That's all it's going to be.
You don't think they're just going to change the name of whatever everybody
Well, they
else
are going to do
does?
that. They're going to call whatever they're calling broadband. They're calling like standard or something. But the
Okay.
price is not going to stay like $60 because they can't do that because that's the price of the broadband. Now,
Alright,
if you really think they're going to make broadband $200-something, and then that shitty 60 still, then I disagree with you. But I don't know. It could happen. You're right. You're right. They
okay.
could do what you said. I just don't think they'll do that. They always could. They always can make things more expensive. They always can, Eli, which
Yes.
they eventually will.
Okay.
Let's move on to that's all the little bites. So let's actually get into the real news, the news of the week.
Yay.
It's time for gaming news! Ha 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 ha!
Alright, news of the week. The Nintendo Creators Program. The Nintendo Creators Program is a service through which Nintendo gives you part of the advertising proceeds it receives from YouTube for your Nintendo-related YouTube videos. So they're finally doing the YouTube thing.
Well, they're finally not being dicks.
Yeah, about it.
Well, they weren't as bad as other companies. Some companies would flat out say, take down your video. They at least would keep your video up, and they would take all your money. That's all they would
That's
do.
not very nice.
Yeah, that's the way it worked before, but now they're offering this creators program where the way it works, you can do it by video basis, where you can submit your whole channel. And then what it is, I do believe, let's see, if you do it, you only get paid out in PayPal. I want to remember what was the figures. I do believe it's like 60. Let's see, I want to say like
60?
Okay, if you let's see, advertisement revenue share is 60% for channels. So if you submit your whole channel, or if you do it by video, it'll be. I'm sorry. If you submit your whole channel to be whitelisted, you'll 70% for channels, and 60% if you do it by video basis. So that's all they'll take. So you end up getting fucking. Let's see. Channel. So let's see. You end up. Let's see. Regular takes 3 business. It takes 3 business days to process, and if you get 70 for channel and 60 for video, that's not a good. That's not a good deal. That's not a good deal at all.
Oh.
That's been the big concerns that people have had with this. That it's just overall most YouTubers have just sat down and said that this is a horrible, horrible deal, and that no one should support this. And PewDiePie actually did a post too. Even PewDiePie was like, "Guys, this is shitty. No one should team up with them to do this." Because you're not gonna get, there's gonna be no benefit for doing it.
60% is okay. What was the deal?
If you do your whole channel, they share 70% of the revenue, so you get 70% of whatever money that video made.
Okay.
But then 60% for video, for each video basis. You get 10% more if you just submit your whole channel to Almighty Nintendo. Which is not a good deal actually. Cuz here's how it works. First, you make a video, you submit it.
Uh-huh.
And then let's say it gets 1,000 views. Let's just say the CPM is like, I don't know, $1 or something. So let's say you got a bunch of views and your video made $50. Okay, that's really bad, but let's just say you made $50.
Yeah.
Right away, YouTube takes half. That happens no matter what. So you're down to $25.
Oh.
Then
Okay. And
let's go the independent route here. Let's just assume you're not even with a network. Let's say you're independent. So that's what you made. Now 70% of that you keep. So 70% of 25 Eli is
What?
what's 70% of $25?
Or $19? I don't know.
I don't know either.
Oh, I know. I got a calculator right here, guys.
Boom, you do it. Obviously, we're good at math. By the way, one of the rules is never do math on stream.
Oh.
Never do that.
1875
Yeah.
So you make 1875.
I was right.
for a 50. Well, the thing
Now
is, that's
let's
still
go
not-
the normal case scenario. Now let's say you're with a partner network. So first, let's say your video makes $50. Then YouTube takes half. Then you're a partner network. The brand deals range between 10 to 30%. So let's go with, I don't know, let's say you got a good deal. Let's say let's go in between. Let's say you get 15%. You get 15% of that. I know 15% goes to the creators. So let's see. So $25 from, now let's see. What's 15% of $25? Since you still got the calculator open, I hope.
15%.
Yep, I do.
Pretty low. That's like $2 or $3.
Yeah. So this is what you get, right? 375.
No, that's what gets taken away.
Okay.
15% of it goes
to.
to. So. So
So $22.
no, for 25 you
20,
take away.
21.
Yeah, 22. Yeah. So then 22, and then 70. Then you keep 70. Then you got to take away 70% of that, and that's what you get. You get whatever the 70% of that is.
70% of 375.
Of 23.75, I think she said.
So you get 1875, and Nintendo gets 375.
No. Hold on.
Well, that's if you do by channel.
Oh.
Worst case scenario is you only get 60%.
Oh.
So.
You get $15 for the
Yeah.
video.
So. So that's the big reason why people say they don't like it. And then also at the same time, what happens is, since there is a 3-day period where they have to approve, so that's 3 days of revenue you won't see because it needs to process for 3 days. And most views come within the first 3 days of videos.
Could be out of
And then after that, if they don't approve it, then you don't get any money. So
That's wrong.
Yeah,
people
that-
said that this is, they don't think that Nintendo will be a censorship type of people, but there's just so many. This is just a bad deal for the YouTuber overall. That's what. That's the big criticisms it's had so far.
You could
The
put the
thing-
video
the
to
thing is-
private. You know.
Cool.
No, if you put it to private, then it gets approved, and then you put it to public after 3 days, and then
No.
What?
No. YouTube
No?
still does their thing,
What does
and
YouTube
then
do?
you have to submit it to Nintendo, and then they have to process it for 3 days. It isn't the processing doesn't happen when YouTube does the checking for the copyright. Yeah, it'll check for copyright and it'll be like, oh, Nintendo owns this. It doesn't auto submit to Nintendo. You then have to go, hey, Nintendo, here's my video. Then they sit down for 3 days to figure out whether they want to split the money with you, and if they it processes through the whatever their criteria. I don't know what they decide in those 3 days. I assume it's like, do they swear? I assume it's stuff like that. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. I don't think it's like, oh, will this review make us lose sale? I don't think they'll do that, but.
hopefully not.
So yeah, no. So
Yeah, they should.
no, Eli, that won't. You still have to wait the 3 days for Nintendo to look at it. Yeah, you could do that to save your time for the processing.
The thing is, though, and like that last bit is really, really bullcrap. But the thing is, though, is that 70% from a parent company, at least, especially if you want to throw your lot in with somebody like that, is really not that bad. I mean, and from my standpoint, because like I've been told to like put some of my plushies and stuff in like a consignment shop. If I do that, you realize that I have to up my prices because I would only get 60% if I do stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, 70% and 60% is pretty standard fare as far as the person you're working with taking their cut, or what you get. But the problem is that the problem is going to multiple people like that. That is a problem.
Yeah, everything about this just comes off bad to me because one, In the YouTube world, in the video world, in the advertising world, on the internet, 70 and 60% is absurdly high, which is a good thing in this case. That's how much you're getting back. But after it's going through, at minimum, 2 more people that are taking cuts out, it's bad. And then also, if you go full channel, you go full channel. You're submitting to Nintendo. You have no right. You can't make any other video. Theoretically, you can't make other videos because what are you gonna do if you submit your channel to Nintendo? Not only are you losing out more money, if it just makes YouTubers not want to do Nintendo games because why would they want to split their money? You know, I think that's gonna hurt Nintendo in the long run. I don't know why they're still approaching at this so badly. Like, they need to get with the times.
Well,
like there are whole development teams that love when YouTubers play their games because it is free advertisement. Nintendo is just a Japanese company that seems to be behind the times. Oh. I will give them credit. Thank God they're not taking everybody's money anymore, like all of it. But before, when they announced that when the copyright thing was going on with Nintendo games, like I already saw a dip in people's Nintendo content, and everyone who was doing Nintendo content before for free, and now that they lost all the revenue, and now they have to go sign up for this program, I feel bad for those guys the most because if they were devoting their whole channels and careers to fucking Nintendo, and they're obviously not supporting them enough. So,
well, now I'm curious.
That's my
Jay was
he's in beds with Nintendo. He got games way ahead of times other people, so he lucked out.
Okay.
But not everybody's like that. There are people I know people who have just done Smash channels, and then when Nintendo shit happened, then their shit got all their money got taken away.
Okay,
Now at least they can get
gotcha.
They can get a 70-30 split. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's really not a bad deal as far as what the parent company wants, but it needs adjusted to work with everybody else, or at least Nintendo could try to cut a deal with YouTube to maybe less the amount that YouTube takes. That would be something.
No, that's not gonna happen. I don't think anyone in history, I don't think YouTube or Google has ever said, "Hey, yeah, you know how we take all our advertising money, which makes us money? Yeah, we'll take less of that money." Yeah, they'll never do that.
I don't know.
I think Nintendo should only, after they realize that there's 2 other people taking cuts, maybe they should make it even higher. Maybe they should only, instead of taking 30 and 40%, maybe they should only take, I don't know, like the 10, normal standard, the 10 to 15, which what normal people do take. I don't know. I think that would be better. It
probably would. I mean,
sucks.
10% is way lower than the freaking whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was just an idea. Like if they wanted to cut a deal with actual Google or something, then to run their channels. I mean,
I highly don't think it would happen, but sure, you never know.
I don't think it would happen. I don't think it would happen either.
I don't think it would happen
but,
ever.
I mean, I do wish that people would consider more ideas like that.
Yeah, I don't think that. Yeah, you never know. Maybe it could happen.
Yeah.
Now that I said those points, the best way I feel this needs to be approached is that I think Nintendo just needs to step down with it. Honestly, with the best case scenario, what should be happening is that Nintendo shouldn't be taking any money at all, and it should be, hey, it's 2015. YouTube is an emerging different type of way to consume media, and it's pretty much free advertisement. I think that's the way they should be approaching it. Of course, they're approaching it as the way as, well, it is their content, and the people are playing it through, and people are making money off of what their work was. People are making derivative works off of other people's works. And I can understand that, all right? Maybe that's why we need some fucking laws at this point in 2015. We need to sit down and legally figure out what is fair to be done with this. But that's the approach I wish Nintendo would take. They should just do it like that.
Well, the thing is we do have laws about it, and legally speaking, all that shit illegal. Legally speaking. Like,
there's no digital laws on digital goods like that and stuff like that. That's a whole gray. That's all gray right now. It's all gray. The whole.
Sure, because all right. Well, okay. All right. I've sat through a lot of derivative work videos, for my business. And
but you you make physical things. There's nothing for.
There's
some stuff that went to court for digital laws and stuff. There are some gray area type of standards, but there's no laws there is no copyright law specifically that says how do we handle a person who makes a transformative work out of a game where I put in input and that it technically changes from each time to time. That there is nothing for that. We can base it off of right now. What they do is they base it off of movie laws because they treat it like video, which is a bad way to do it. Which is why Total Biscuit has a legal team, for God's sakes. Tobuscus, did you know that, Eli? Tobuscus has a fucking legal team.
I can believe it.
He has a fucking legal
Yeah,
team.
he says a lot of
Okay.
stuff, you know.
I'm not too familiar with. You're more familiar with the digital stuff. I know what I've sat through and listened to.
Yeah,
and
there is a
do-
difference between the digital and the physical. Now, but since they're like again, this is gray area. There's probably totally cases where lawyers on either side have referred back to physical, like how do we treat physical laws with physical goods, or how do we treat it with video? Like I totally believe that. So that's probably where you saw that from, because there is just no standard law for YouTube-like content yet. Which
No,
I
there
wish we
really
could.
isn't.
Hell, there's not even fucking laws to treat how would we handle torrents yet. There's still.
Well, and then there's laws that get overlooked anyway because of the hate that it would bring on the company. The companies don't want to make themselves look bad. Like, that's kind of what I was getting at was, like it is illegal to make a Batman costume even if you're the only person wearing it. It's illegal
Yeah,
because
that
it's
is.
technically. Yeah, it's insane, and but you never see anybody like say anything about it because I mean, yes, it's illegal, but if you hit that person for that, you're a bad company.
Yeah, because it's just one person. It's the same thing. Like we're not supposed to be singing songs when we're walking down the street, believe it or not, but we do.
Crazy.
The reason those are there is so in case somebody at a costume company wants to make a bootleg Batman, now they have a law to protect them. But of course, it hurts the people who just want to make a costume for themselves.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not even like just one because millions of people make cosplay costumes. And
Oh, you're talking about like people. Yeah,
time.
then there's that too. Yeah, the people who make cosplay
Yeah.
costumes. Technically,
Yeah,
that is
cosplay.
illegal, but
jail.
because they have no
Cosplay is
money, the
illegal.
companies aren't going to go after them, and they're not making millions of dollars, so the companies aren't going to go after. That's what it's always been about, money.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still that boggles me that it's still on paper totally illegal to make and wear a cosplay. And I mean, I'm thinking it in that sense, like, okay, so what? Even if like they do put legal things to digital stuff, like what are they going to overlook versus what are they going to actually go after? Because
Yeah, well, times
Hell.
change and laws. It takes a while for laws to catch up. Like right now, I do think it's better for it all to be legal, and then if it goes to court, they can be like, "Hey, I'm a cosplayer." They're like, "Okay, this case is no point. We can case." Like that's how it's supposed to end up. But it would be nice if there was some kind of whatever that law is, wherever that law exists.
yeah,
There was like
and
some kind of appendices or clause that says, "Hey, cosplay doesn't count where a person makes it for themselves for personal use." There might even be. It's just I don't know that part of it.
I don't know. I know that like with the stuff like I do like the pillows, it has to be 70% different or like original design from it. Just can have like certain elements.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. I mean but I mean even then I see so much fan art and stuff that is not probably hits closer to like 30% derivative or 40 or something like that. And it's just like, how are you getting away with that?
Yeah.
How much are these people overlooking everything? Because
A
I've
lot.
seen some people walk away with millions of dollars.
Well, moving on to our next news item.
Quite so.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yes, I will read this one. Here we go. Okay.
Oh, I got
need-
stress.
yeah.
Stressful.
Sony Online Entertainment officially breaks away from Sony. Oh. Sony Online Entertainment is leaving the Sony nest after being bought out by Columbus Nova, the New York-based investment company who is currently over $1 billion in assets.
Oh, it's supposed to be holds.
Oh, it does say holds. I read it wrong.
Currently hold.
They hold it tightly. Announced today that they had acquired Sony Online Entertainment. Sony Online Entertainment announced that they will be getting a name change, going by the name Daybreak Game Company LLC from now on.
Yeah, so this is Sony Online Entertainment is getting that part of Sony anymore. It's very interesting. From what they're now going to be called Daybreak, obviously. There's some updates have come up since the story hit. They've tried to answer what's going to happen to their games and stuff like that. They run I think they still run some form of EverQuest, right? Like there's some EverQuest that's like on a PlayStation or something.
Oh.
There's other MMOs they play too. Let's see. Okay, so some of the updates that happened since the story broke is let's see. His name is John Smedley. I don't know. On Twitter, he answered some questions. The first question I think someone asked was the EverQuest Next is still being developed by Daybreak, so they're still making EverQuest Next, which I totally forgot that's not out yet. I remember EverQuest Next being announced 2 fucking years ago, I think. I figured that'd be out by now. So let's see. They're still making that, and they actually are thinking about bringing their games to Xbox One now, along with PlayStation 4, which makes sense if they're not going to be affiliated with just Sony anymore.
That makes sense.
That'd be nice. So that's one thing they came out and said that was going to still be happening. So their games are still happening, and of course now they're probably some of them are going to be multiplayer. Of course, PlanetSide 2 and H1Z1 could also will remain, as we see. If it will be on Xbox One or not, we don't know. I assume it'll be on Xbox One as well now. I just makes sense because now that they're not being tied to Sony, they don't have to make that exclusively for like PlayStation stuff anymore. So their games are staying the same. DC Universe Online and PlanetSide 2 are the 3 titles that were in development before the enrollment of change in the company, so they're still going to commit to those commitments and everything. So, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, they also made Star Wars Galaxy. Remember that?
Nope, I don't.
Vaguely.
No, they made Star Wars Galaxy. So
Cool.
that was cool. How does it affect Sony? I honestly don't think it affects Sony that much because they just never really. Yeah, what have they really made for Like I don't think I don't really when I consider like the latest greatest games from coming out of Sony, I don't really think of the SOE company. Like they weren't EverQuest was cool and all, but fuck, I never was into it.
Sony will be fine.
Yeah.
They'll be fine.
Yeah, they'll be fine. They bought them, so fuck. They're just like, hey, bye Sony, we're going over here. See you later. Take your shitty name.
Enjoy your money.
Yeah. Now, how does this affect Sony or the PlayStation Network or anything? Like, to my knowledge, it does not affect them that much. But I assume Sony will probably I don't know, because let's see. Online games are like MMO type games and stuff like that are still kind of popular, but maybe they could still make a development studio that could handle like online, mostly focused games like MMOs. But I don't know. Right now, might not be their priority to worry about that.
Oh.
Probably not.
Yeah. Did you guys ever play any SOE games? Like I actually did play a little bit. The EverQuest game that was on the PlayStation 2, believe it or not. I did play a little bit of that.
No, not really. Like the only one I was interested in never came to America.
Yeah, PlanetSide was always cool too. I thought PlanetSide was really cool.
Yes.
Yes. I guess we'll move on to the next news story because that's about all I had to say about it. Ubisoft reinstating fraudulent Far Cry 4 keys for consumer customers already playing. All right, so if you guys don't know, in January, there was a whole situation involving fraudulent Far Cry 4 keys. So Ubisoft not necessarily completely random, but pulled off thousands of keys, like deactivated them. So people who were playing their game on Steam or whatever, it stopped working because their key was deemed fraudulent. They claimed that these were fraudulent keys bought by a stolen credit card and then were resold in the gray market, which was confirmed to be true. EA went to bat for Ubisoft, believe it or not, and said, yeah, these were actually bought through Origin. So those thousands of things bought for fraudulent credit card was true, and they pulled the key. They pulled everything. Now, the internet kind of got mad. You know, it's a gray area. Like, to my knowledge, there's no country where you get to keep stolen goods if you bought stolen goods. I don't know. I've never heard a situation in my life where someone was like, a cop came to their house and was like, yeah, you know that plasma TV you bought for $20? That was stolen from Best Buy yesterday. Yeah, there's no company. There's nothing that.
But they got that like Q bids online. You see ads for it on TV. It's like I got this giant TV for 2 cents. You know, it's like those are stolen.
Yeah.
They gotta be. There's no way unless it's broken.
Right.
Yeah. So in that respect, they are totally in the right that they literally was stolen goods. They want their stolen goods back. And Ubisoft's a big company, so they could survive it. But it reminds me of like that one game. It happened in the summer. There was some like small indie game developer that lost 30,000 keys for God's sakes, and that's a significant chunk for indie developers.
That is a lot. That's
yeah, and that was another situation where keys were pulled before. So what happened here now? After all that, Ubisoft has decided to reinstate the keys. For what reasons? I'm not 100%. I want to know if the article, Game Informer. I want to see if they go into more details. But what do you guys just think about that whole thing right now? You think they maybe should have kept their keys deactivated, or do you think it was a good thing they brought it back? Like, how do you guys feel about the whole thing? While I look to see why, if they give a reason why.
Yeah, I think they probably could have offered a discount, maybe, for the people who already bought it. But I mean, that would have been the maximum I would have done. I mean, if it's stolen property, it's stolen property. I'm sorry, but the initial people did not get, I mean, with the used game argument, like, oh yeah, the company has their money. You paid the original $60 for the game. They've got their money. With the stolen, they don't have their money. There's nothing to show for it. How many keys were stolen?
It was in the thousands. Apparently, it might have not been like
Good.
30,000, but it's significant, and obviously enough to where they were decided to go back. Yeah, and the thing is, they weren't even. In this case, it was a fraudulent credit card thing, so they literally got no money because the problem with the whole fraudulent. Here's the thing with credit cards: the credit card companies, if something gets canceled or becomes up bunk bad, like they always side with the the person. They never go with the company. Obviously, they're like, "Oh, sorry, company. Yeah, you don't get that $50. We're sorry." They never like give the money back. They don't give the money to the people that Like if someone buys something with a credit card and it was turned out to be stolen or fraudulent, the people they bought that from, they don't get money for it. It just comes up as stolen. The card gets deactivated. The guy runs away who used the card or whatever, and everyone just loses out in the end, except the credit card guy who just gets their money back.
I guess so.
Yeah, and that's
so they didn't even get money in this case. So even the what little money that the person did, get with them, they didn't even get any money. So they didn't make any money. So yeah.
Yeah. So no. I mean, I can understand people being upset, but I mean, if it's fucking stolen property, then what the hell? Like, you can't blame the company for that. I mean, that was just not fair. I mean, I understand being mad, like, alright, you would pay $60 for a damn game, and you want to play the fucking game. Yeah, I get that. So, I would have just activated the keys, make the keys reactivate them, but at, like, maybe this kind of cost of, like, $40 or something. Get something. Just reactivate them is kind of...
Yeah, you could try that. That would get people mad. I don't know.
Oh, well...
Because
more mad
the
than not
people
doing it at all.
when people bought those keys, they did pay for them. It's just they didn't.
I know.
Ubisoft made no money.
Like,
only that guy who sold them keys made some money and ran off or whatever the hell he did.
Sold them like some keys.
Yeah, so
keys
it shows you it's really interesting. Now, for what I think about it, I think it's very nice they reinstated the keys. I'm guessing it was just that they decided to eat the bullet and just go with the better PR move. Because Ubisoft isn't getting much love these past year or last couple months because every game has a tower in it. Everything Assassin's Creed happened. Everything has a tower in it that you've got to climb in an open world. So maybe I think it was very wise of them to eat the bullet. They must have realized, well, fuck, we already lost the money. You might as well just give the game back to them and just have good PR, which I'm very proud of them.
Yeah.
Well, they already did eat it. That's the thing. They already did. These people were already playing. They already lost their money beforehand.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean, that's good and all, but I mean, I think that there was a point where some people just need to realize they got screwed. Give them a break. Because, I'm sorry, but somebody steals shit.
It kind of sucks, yeah. Also, when this happened, it brought up the whole debate of the gray market again, and is region locking? Does region locking at this point need to happen on the PC?
Doesn't make sense. I don't understand region locking.
Yeah, on the PC world, I don't think PC has always been region free, and to think Steam should start implementing this. If this keeps happening with the gray market key stuff, then they're gonna do it, which just sucks. Because one of the nice things about Steam is you can gift a friend, your game, and fucking you pay the price for it.
But what does region locking accomplish? What does it accomplish?
Well, in this case, this gray market key thing wouldn't happen. So someone in the Philippines, where the whole income of the whole country is so low, so the exchange rate, the game is not going to cost $60. It's going to cost like $20, has like a standard brand new game. So what people were doing, like this isn't technically illegal. What people do is they buy like 1,000 copies of that $20 game. Then they go to these third market eBay type sites,
all right,
and they sell those at like $30. So yes, you're paying cheaper. It's not paying a $60 title. You're paying $30.
Wait, is
that
person? Wrong? Is this wrong?
It's just a gray. That's why they call it a gray market. It's just a legal gray area.
Because it's like if they bought the games, right? They paid money for the product, even though it's less than what the company wanted to make them pay, but they paid for it nonetheless, and then sold it for more.
You mean sold it for less?
No, you said they bought it for $20 and sold it for $30.
Yeah, but a new game in America costs $60.
I know, but like they're
selling it for less.
But they were going to sell it there for less anyways in the Philippines, right? Is that not right?
Well, I don't know what the exact price is, but yes, they were originally theoretically selling it less there, though. Yes.
Yeah, so they're just.
That's why it's a gray. That's why it's just a gray area.
Someone bought it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, they're still getting money at the end of the day. It's kind of like the used game thing. It's just a gray area.
It's good. This is good for the economy, right? Money keeps being
I
made.
would say
It's just a
no.
gray area, man. I feel bad because they're losing. That's what $30 they lose
Yeah, relatively.
because you're selling those
Yeah, I
keys
mean-
in a. Because when you design a product, you design for the economy and the way people make money and what the exchange rate is. You can't. That's just how it is. So when you design to sell that game for $20 in the area, you're not losing money on that because it's like what is that $40 cheaper in the Philippines because you're still making the same profit type. I'm not an economist, so I'm probably explaining this horribly. But think of it this way: you're making the same amount of money if you were selling at $20 Philippines than if you were selling at $60 here. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just the exchange rate that's causing it to be cheaper.
Oh.
It's not like they're making less money because it's cheaper there. They're making the same amount. But when you buy it there and bring the exchange rate back over, then they are losing money. But yes, they did make money, though. You're
Because-
correct.
Money was
Yeah.
made.
That's why this is a gray area. It's not. It's like
They're just
the
like,
used
we didn't
game
get
thing.
enough.
It's like the used game thing. Like, yeah, they did make money at one point. They're just
I suppose they had to balance it to how much profit they expected to make, probably because.
yeah. It's just because the exchange.
yeah.
It's all the exchange rate thing.
They
So that's why.
probably still made a
So
good
what
million
region locking would do
dollars,
is
you
if you're
know.
in the Philippines, you had to be in the Philippines to buy it.
Indeed.
It would only work. It would work in the Philippines.
I still gotta
Which
look
that
up
would
this.
solve this whole gray market key thing. And if you had someone now, here's the thing. Now here's the situation. Now let's say you buy like 1,000 of those in the Philippines with a false credit card, just to get the cheaper price, and then sell them again for the $30. Let's say. So they not only did they make $30 because they used a false credit card and they didn't
Yeah.
pay anything. Now that the game developer did lose money and someone got the game cheaper.
Well, that's
See,
more
this
wrong.
is where it can be abused. That's the whole idea. That's
Oh.
why people bring up the topic: should Steam start region locking? Which I feel, man, I wish people would stop doing this because I don't want them to, because that's a nice benefit. Because what if Eli? What if you had? What if I moved to Japan and you wanted to give me a game? Well, that wouldn't
Right.
happen anymore now, because they wouldn't let that happen. Right now, they pretty much kind of eat. They don't eat the cost. Because theoretically you probably pay more in America. I don't know. I think your dollar's worth more than the Japan yen. Or I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. There's like 1,000.
It is.
So I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's
What, do you guys
$10.
think region locking should be a thing in Steam now at this point?
No, because I know with movies, if you have like a region A Blu-ray or DVD, and
They
you
still
only
do
have,
region locking
do.
on Blu-rays and stuff?
you have like a
Shit.
region
Oh,
C
yeah.
player,
I thought
you
that
can't
died with
play the
DVDs,
region A.
but I guess not.
So if it's anything
No.
like that, I don't want it. Basically.
Yeah, it's like that, but digital form, not just a physical, different type of disc.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of region locking because I have like a lot of like Japanese games that I like to play. Am I region locked DSs
Damn you, Nintendo.
and PS3? Yeah,
Damn
well
you,
the
Nintendo.
PS3 too.
Nintendo's
The
on and
PS3
off.
too.
For a while there, they were region free, and then they went back to being region. Like they're
Yeah, it
weird
depends
about it
on it depends on the game.
in the
actually.
system and everything. Yeah.
Well, no, it usually the games are region free. The systems are not.
Maybe
the
they should
systems
like.
are.
Maybe they should
but
what?
I mean,
I was
the
just gonna say,
PS.
maybe they should like build something into the game that without regions, but it's like if you. I don't know. If you
Don't
don't have
say
the
it.
keys somehow.
All
Is
right,
there any other way
so
to
do
do
the
this?
same.
No,
So do the
no.
same thing, but don't call it region locking. Yes, Eli.
No,
That's what it would
yeah,
be.
no. I mean,
I guess
like
so. I don't know what that.
the 3DSs are region locked, but it's not the 3DSs truly. It's the games that are region locked because there are some region free Japanese games that I can play on my American 3DS. Same thing with my PS3. The PS3 discs are also region locked, depending on the game. I don't really want that in digital form. Like, I understand why it'd be a problem, but I'm not a fan of region locking. But at the same time, I get why it's a thing.
Yeah. Fuckers, please
mean-
stop. You're going to ruin it for everybody because they're going to get pissed enough at one point where they're just going to do it.
They're
Steam's not going to want
stop
to deal with
it.
this shit. Ubisoft's not going to want to deal with shit. They're going to be like, well, fuck Steam. Put in region locking or they're going to pressure them to put in region locking because they're going to be like, well, we don't want to put our games on. Not that Steam would be like, oh, yeah, like we care about your games. But
Yeah,
it's
I
gonna
don't
suck.
really-
And all those people who do, and all those fuckers that do do this with humble bundles, you guys are horrible people.
Oh.
Like, people will buy humble bundles, like, by 10,000s and only spend, like, a penny and then resell those keys. They are horrible fucking people, whoever
Oh.
does that.
With the reselling humble bundle keys.
Yes, because you can do that.
What's
you can
Humble
get the
Bundle?
'cause- What?
It's-
What?
Yeah, that's a
Humble
silly
bundle?
question.
It's where you pay anything you want for games, and it's all for charity. So they'll give you like 5
Oh,
games, and you can
okay.
pay what you want.
Is that wrong though to do that?
Yes,
that's wrong?
that's for charity.
But you give a little.
You're
to charity.
paying you're paying a penny for 5 games, and then selling those games for like $20 to $30.
Yeah,
You're a
interesting.
horrible
Oh,
person.
God.
But they're not marked.
Yeah.
You're a horrible person.
No.
No, yeah, you can
That-
get
that
it
is
because what
horrible.
Humble Bundle offers to be nice to consumers, they offer DRM free versions and then Steam versions.
I mean, it's kind of shady that you're selling the things, like you're selling codes like that. It just
It's horrible. That's for charity. That's
No,
even
it's a-
worse than
but it's like,
lying
hey,
about
you
it. You're
gave-
like, I'm not going to give this charity money.
you gave the money. You gave the
You
charity
gave them a
money.
penny. That's horrible, and you're selling it for $30. You're not going to get me thinking this is okay.
No, but it's like
It's not
unless
okay.
it's marked, like you know how bags of chips they're like not for resale value. If it doesn't say it, it's okay.
I bet you $100
What?
in their
Eli,
terms
you
of
have a
use.
twisted
I
mind.
bet you in their terms of service on Humble Bundle, it says it's for your personal use.
if
Because
it, if
the
it says
developers would not want to give up their games.
that, if it says that, I would.
It
agree with
probably
you.
does. Just like there's legal mumbo jumbo to cover everything. There probably
Alright,
is.
Someone should check that because if it doesn't say that, I think it's okay.
Oh, you're nuts. You're a horrible person.
No,
You're
God
horrible.
dang it,
Pennies-
Eli.
pennies
Dang
went-
it,
You are
Eli.
horrible.
what?
You're
What?
horrible.
What?
Get out of here.
Yeah, Finish him. You don't,
Chopped off your head.
Oh,
Ugh.
hey, you don't get to talk
I
anymore,
disagree with you heavily, Eli. That's
pennies.
okay though.
Some went to charity. Something went to charity.
A penny.
That's what charity is.
Actually, I don't think they accept a penny.
Dude. Oh
I
my
think,
God,
what's the minimum?
Eli.
What's-
I think
what's
there's
the
a.
minimum?
I think the minimum's got to be like 10 cents. So I don't think they accept penny. I don't know what it is. We have to check that out for Humble Bundle.
Okay.
Like-
Because you can't split a penny. Because they have that split. Actually, you don't have to split it. You could just
It's-
it literally can go
yeah.
all to one place.
Probably minimum's like what, $5 or something.
No, I paid
You
a
think that's
dollar
too
one.
high?
I paid $1 one time for Humble Bundle.
But you did for the games, not for charity, right?
I only wanted one game, and I only downloaded one game after I paid the $1. So
Well, what's like the difference if you buying the Humble Bundle for
the difference
game,
is I'm selling the key for charity for money. That's the difference.
No,
I bought the game for myself,
you bought
and I
the
used it
game.
for myself.
But you bought the
That's-
game, and then you're like, but I also gave to charity. Well, you didn't really give to charity. Your money happened to go to charity, but you didn't give.
No,
to
no.
charity.
The horrible part is that I bought it for a penny, and then I sold it for $30, $40 to someone else.
Why'd you do that?
That's
man?
the horrible part. Not the part that I paid a penny. Sure, if you want to donate whatever you want for charity. If they paid a penny and they kept it for themselves, hey, be my guest. That's the whole point of Humble Bundle. That is why they do that. But if you're selling them, that's horrible. That's horrible, Eli.
Well, like if someone knows, if the person is dumb enough to like, if it came from a humble, after
No,
it's
no,
like
I'm not saying the
unpacked-
person who bought the key from the guy who's selling it cheaper was horrible. I'm saying the guy who's selling is horrible.
No, like the guy that would
the
buy
person
it.
just got duped.
Yeah, the
so,
guy that buy
you
it
know.
is.
The guy who
kinda
bought
dumb.
it for a
I mean,
penny
it's
is
like-
the horrible person, not
it-
the person buying it from the guy.
The resale is unethical, but it's like not unethical to do so. If you see what I'm saying, like
I guess then you're
It's-
going the whole debate. Well, then do I own the digital stuff? Well, then
Yeah,
at the
'cause you
moment right
do.
now you don't.
you
No,
don't.
you could download the DRM free one. You own that one, but if you do the Steam key one, you don't own that. It's a license. You're paying for a license.
So if you're selling a Steam key though, yeah, I would agree that's. But if you're just selling a key, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like the product code kind of key, I think that's fair.
Alrighty, I disagree heavily, but that's fine. All right, moving on to our final news story.
Okay.
Japanese educators propose no game days to students. In the birthplace of the modern gaming world, Japan, some people are trying to cut
Oh, jeez.
down
Sorry.
how to. This is all on you, dude.
I forgot to put a couple words
What
in
did
there.
you say?
In Japan, some people are trying to cut down how often kids play. The Hokkaido Board of Education in northern Japan is trying to get parents to institute twice monthly and no game days. Yeah, this is a serious problem in Japan because, like, so many people. I actually know a lot about this subject. There's a lot of people who just do not play, interact with other people anymore. They're total otakus,
Yeah.
literally otakus, and they
Otakus.
just play games all otakus. Yeah, and well, I mean that's why one of the reasons their birth rate dropped so low was because of dating sim video games and people trying to marry their digital girlfriends all the time.
Indeed.
People did marry
Yeah,
some of them.
waifus.
Just saying.
Yeah, that is actually the reason why they're having so many population issues now. And I mean, they have basically these like military camps where these teenagers go to not play video games
Whip 'em into
because
shape.
they're so addicted now. Literally, yeah, no, this is actually a thing where they have like these military-esque camps
This is good.
that
It's,
these
Like TV free week. Remember that? Like you're like in elementary school, whatever. It's like don't watch TV for a week, and then you
I
get
do
like a
not remember
cookie
that.
if you do it or whatever. And your parents have to sign
Mhm.
that you didn't watch TV. You remember that, Matt?
Well,
Yes, I do.
we only ever had a VHS player and rented movies, so like if we had TV, it was because mom needed to work. We didn't have TV otherwise, so
Oh, right there.
no.
Yeah, so I was showing Elias the VHS player that's behind
Quite
him.
nice.
Yeah, it's down there. They can't see it, but I just was showing it. My views about it. I agree with their intent. There are like I'll link the article in the chat room.
Mhm.
They're not trying to facilitate. They're not trying to facilitate a rule. Just keep that in mind. They're not going around saying we need to make this a law. They're just trying to make more. Okay, I call it brochure type of advice. I call it that. Like, but here's a brochure. Like, they're just
Yeah.
suggesting that they are trying to encourage parents that they should do this type of practice. They're not trying to make it a law or anything. So let's get that on the table. So I agree with their intent. Yes, their intent is, hey, a lot of our kids are playing. A lot of our kids and our teens are playing a lot of games. They're not socializing. They're not gaining the skills. And when they reach their 20s and something, when they're going to be miserable with their jobs, they're not going to want to be social.
Oh.
So I agree. That is probably a good intent to have, to want to improve their social lives and everything like that, and get them out and moving and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Verb, it's what you do, you know.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I think it's just more of a philosophical thing that parents need to adjust. Because I think there's a lot of distraction in the world. This thing would never go over in America, but I would debate that this is I'm saying this whole idea of limiting kids in America would never go because of freedoms and blah 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 blah. But let's see, in America we have a lot of distractions as well. I would debate social media is a way more bigger distraction than even video games in America.
Hashtag put down your
I've
phone.
In
literally
America,
seen.
yes.
I have literally seen in my fucking. Okay, I work for an IT company. We have
Alright.
some clients. I'm not gonna say them because I'm probably gonna get fired somehow. But
Yeah.
anyways,
They're gonna watch this and
The-
see.
on their computers, they have fucking links to Facebook all the time. When they look at their logs, they're on Facebook more than doing their work. And these are 20 to
geez.
40 something year old
They
people.
should
These are
really
not even like
clear
youngins.
their memory
And the
before they have
youngins
their
are always
own.
on their phones. The youngins. Hey,
Well,
it's a
Hooligans.
issue, and I think
What
there's a
they're
lot of
trying to do.
distractions in life, and I think it's just a philosophical person needs to be when they're being raised, and they just needs to be changed, and So
Well,
I
we do
applaud
have-
them for bringing up this idea.
Yeah. In America, we do have like a little bit more harsher regulations because I mean, like we do not. In Japan, you're not allowed to have things at school either. But
Oh, you're talking
they
about
only go
in
to
schooling. I was like regulations. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about school
No,
environments.
in school.
Okay.
In school environments. I mean, they're not. But in Japan, they only go to school like I think 4 hours a day, and then they have like opted club activities that they do, and less kids are going into the club activities and just going home and playing these games.
Yeah, I was about to
Well,
say I have no idea about the culture and school life in Japan. I always heard
Yeah,
that they go
well,
to school for like 11 months out of the year and they go for
Wow.
like 10 hours. That's
Yeah,
what I
something like
heard,
that.
but I don't know how true
Yeah.
that was.
No. They go. They have full days like Monday through Friday, and I think that they go less hours in the U.S. because I know, but they also have like a half thing on Saturday
Dang,
where they
that's
just go to like noon, and then Sunday's their free day.
their
At
homework
least
day.
I think it varies by region as well.
Region.
Okay.
But I mean, it could be wrong. But this is how I understand it, just from like picking things up. My husband did take a full year of culture classes from Japan, so I kind of know a bit.
I'm saying, 'cause I don't know nothing. I just know about what
Yeah,
like, random shit
but
I
they're-
heard, which is
but
like
they're
they go to school all the time.
Well, they do, but only if they're in clubs. They have like kendo clubs and computer clubs and the school council, things like that. But those are all optional, but they're heavily encouraged. Usually you can't pass into a very good academy if you don't have any clubs on your previous, kind of like school resume. But I think what it is a lot less kids are actually doing that, and because if you are in a club, you can be at school from like 9 in the morning to 9 o'clock at night. Like that can happen if you're doing enough. But I mean that's how kind of the Japan work cycle is. They're at work 12 to 14 hours a day. They go home, they sleep, and they do it all over again. And on Sundays, when you're a businessman, especially, you're out with other businessmen doing business. You're trying
Yeah.
to build good relationships. I mean, it's crazy.
What's this have to do with the games, though?
Oh, she's just trying to paint a picture of their culture at the moment.
I'm just wondering.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because what has to do with games is that when Japanese people want to relax, they really, really get into it. Like sometimes, like there are 24-hour clubs that are open all the time for when people have their day off, because when they want to party or want to relax, they really do it. So when a Japanese person, and especially an overly worked one, gets to play a game, that's when they get really invested in it, and that's when they start, they really start to get obsessed with it. That's how the whole obsession thing kind of started about in Japan.
Yeah, because like you were saying, like their lifestyle. Like I was what was I? I was watching I was a BBC special, I do believe. They were looking it up. They were pretty much saying what you're saying, because their whole life cycle literally is work all the time, go to school all the time, and then go work for a company, and then work your whole life for like 30 years. And it's such a mundane, beat down, not interesting. There's no freedom to. Well, there is, I guess, but like they heavily. But your parents look at you weird. Society looks at you weird. Like I remember they were talking to one person. The person took a sick day, and then the whole 100-something work crew that worked with them did not talk to him for a week.
Dang, they
because
brought
he
great
took that
dishonor
one sick
to the
day,
company.
even though everyone else probably did fine about him that one day.
Yeah.
So their culture there is to work. So when, like you were saying, like they really get into they're fake. A lot of the youngins, especially the youngin ones, they go around and they're like they want to just relax. They don't want to deal with this lifestyle anymore. So they get obsessed with the video games.
Yeah, I mean they're overworked at every single age group. It's really insane. I mean their suicide rates are insane because of it. They really are. But I mean, what happened is, you get so many of these older people that have actually, started to fall into games and everything, and the younger generation just kind of latched onto that more than, oh, well, why do I have to do this if I can, because, my dad's miserable all the time because he's working 24/7. I don't want to be that. I don't want to, be miserable and hate my life and never see my mom or my wife when I grow up, so I'm just going to stay home and play games and blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, that's kind of created a disconnect with the social life. I mean, their social issues right now are so incredibly complicated because of the lifestyle that they've led up to this point.
Yep.
And,
yep.
I mean, that's kind of what's kind of led into this whole video game addiction problem that they're having as well.
It was never like a lot of their video game problems are not actually problems. It's just another extension of the problems they already have. So, like I said, I like the idea of this. I don't think they were somewhat implying it was the video game's fault, but not really. Yeah, pretty much the thing was it's not the video game's fault. They just noticed that it's the one that like anime and everything. That's another thing they attach to that they're trying to distract. So they're what they want to do. In this case, the way I feel they're probably getting their message across was like, hey, they need to work more so they can work more when they're older.
They need to work more so they can work more.
So it's a really interesting problem that Japan has, and the way it relates to the American market is we also have distractions, but this would never go over in America. We don't.
Yeah, but I mean, we have.
Yeah. Okay, parents, make sure your kids don't make sure they don't play games for 2 days out of the month.
Yeah, just be like, today is no game day.
No, people hate when you tell them what they should do with their kids. Don't do that.
Yeah,
it's bad, and you shouldn't do that anyways. Even if it is better advice.
Explain to them why.
Speaking
Just be like, we want your kid to develop social skills, and we've noticed that people that play too many video games watch too much anime.
Have you seen a Southern black woman? Don't tell that to a Southern black woman.
That's not the target audience, obviously.
No, I think that there is definitely a difference between telling a person what to do with their kid and giving them advice.
Yeah. Generally, people don't listen. I don't know. Maybe people do listen.
You just
it depends on who you are. It depends on what kind of parent you are. Yeah. I mean, like, one of my big myth thing right now is people are canceling their nationwide insurance over the Super Bowl commercial because it was telling them what to do with their kids.
Oh yeah, that whole controversy. I remember that.
Now their kids are gonna die. What if they get crushed by a TV? And they didn't have nationwide. Nice going.
Hey, I actually, believe it or not, fun fact. I was a kid and I was kicking the TV stand. The TV almost fell on me and killed me.
Whoa, man, you almost died.
And this was in the 90s. It was a big TV.
Yeah.
Not a big one in terms of size, but it was a big TV. It was for like an 18-incher. It was a big TV for 18 inches, let me tell you.
Pounds.
And a 4x3 18-incher is fucking huge. Let me tell you.
Yeah, they are. I mean, that's not telling your kid how to raise your kids. That's a general PSA of information. That's all that
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
That is
And that's
totally
I was just trying to say that if they were trying to make it like a law in America, it wouldn't work as a freedom stuff.
Yeah,
But
no,
yeah,
it wouldn't work as a
overall,
law,
again, they
but-
were not trying to make it seem like they want to make it a law, which maybe they need to. But I know personally, if I ever
yeah.
have kids, I actually think having a nature day is very important. 'Cause a lot of kids don't know how to
Yeah,
make
no,
fucking
I'd
fires
agree.
nowadays, which I think is kind of bad.
No, it's bad. You don't want to teach
Well-
kids how to make fires without like.
No, they
any-
need to know how to make a fire. They need to know how to.
But the kids
fucking-
are gonna burn their houses down.
No, they
because
need to know how to lift wood. They need to know how to do
lift
nature
wood.
things.
What does that even mean?
Chop
Well,
a tree
I
down
wrote
and lift
horses
wood.
as a
That's what they
kid.
need to know how to do. All right,
I
they
don't
need to
even-
know how
I
to
wrote-
live in
yeah.
the wilderness for at least a couple days. I feel that's very important.
You should just say
Oh,
kids
I
should go to
rode horses
camp.
and stuff as a kid. So,
No,
yeah,
but like
there's camp
not
and things
wussy
like that.
camp where you sing songs and shit. You don't learn
You
anything.
can sing songs and still
Oh,
build
no,
a fire.
no, there's stuff like
That's
that.
like half
you
a
can do
camp.
stuff like-
Is
I
singing
mean-
songs.
No,
I
no.
mean,
Campfire
like,
songs.
there's
Fuck
scouts
songs.
and
If I
stuff.
go to
Scouts
a
are good.
camp for my kid with a
What?
kid, I'm making sure they don't sing songs and shit. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I want them to do actual. They need to fucking lift wood across rivers.
Send them to like side.
Well-
They need to learn how to make a pickaxe from sticks.
Yeah,
You know,
haven't played
You know,
Minecraft
even-
yet.
I was homeschooled.
Oh,
What is that?
that was really loud.
That was
It's
not a
supposed to
good.
be a creeper noise.
You gotta
Creeper exploding.
do one. That's terrible.
I was homeschooled as a kid, and even then, my mom made sure that
That
I had
explains
extracurricular activities. Like I had taekwondo twice a week. I had a church club that was more of a activity thing. It was one part studying scriptures, one part physical activities,
Yeah,
Jumping jacks.
and
and
jumping jack.
and play kickball and stuff. We played a lot of kickball, and you know, I had. Speaking of kids.
Speaking of kids, yeah. So it's pretty much it's important. I do philosophically I agree with them, you know. But I do think that these problems this would not solve their problems. They have a bigger problems than the games. The games are not the reason. It's just something they're using to distract themselves. Just like anime, just like not doing anything.
Just like not doing anything.
Yeah, just like robo cafes are distracting them. Yeah, and that's news of the week.
Oh, that was good news of the week.
Yeah. So let's finish up with the gaming spotlight.
Cool.
You know,
Good.
you're so happy I mute you now, don't you?
Yeah, because I want to talk.
Yes. Since you want to talk so much,
Oh,
so
okay.
Eli, how about you go through
All of
the
it.
first half all the way up to Xbox One, and then Lee and I can finish up the last one.
Okay.
So these are the new releases that came out this week. These actually only go up to the 4th. So these are actually only good for tomorrow, up till
Okay.
tomorrow, which usually our stuff goes to
Get
Friday.
them all they're hot.
Get them while they're hot. Get the pancakes while they're hot.
Yeah. Okay. PlayStation 3. Life is Strange. Episode 1.
I actually have some comments on this one.
Oh, really?
All right, so believe it or not, I'm actually interested in this game, and I'm not an adventure gamey / Beyond Two Souls / Heavy Rain type of guy. So pretty much you play this teenage. Okay, I thought it was college at first because this is a really nice high school, but it's actually a high school. I was very surprised. I didn't know there were still academies in America anymore for high schools. But anyways,
Buffalo Academy for Visual.
no, like
Arts.
they have dorms and shit.
Oh,
Like
okay.
that's actually what an
Huh?
academy is. I'm talking about Life is Strange, episode 1. So it's a Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls type of game, actually an adventure game, really a little bit, where it's gonna be episodic, like Walking Dead 2, where you play this teenage girl who wakes up one day in her classroom and she can reverse time.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I was very interested. Obviously, the footage I watched like a first hour of it. Actually, not even an hour. I would say like 30 minutes of it. And the first thing she did was got back at that some bitch in her classroom. You know, as humans, we always want to get back at people when we get superpowers. That's
But
the
then you
first
gotta
thing we
learn
want
how
to
to
do.
use them.
I don't know why. I'm actually very interested. I think I want to check this out. And I'm usually not into these type of games. It's only $5 right now. It is on multiple systems. I am very interested in it, and I think this whole time play mechanic thing. Because what you do, let's say you have a conversation with someone, and it doesn't go the way you want. We reverse time, and you
yeah.
replay the conversation.
That'd be useful.
Like one of the examples was she was talking to her teacher, and she said something wrong, like, life is like art. And he's like, no, I forgot her name already, but I'm gonna call her Guinevere. Guinevere, like Leonardo da Vinci said, blah 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 blah. And then she reversed time, and then when he asked the question again, she said, she said, well, what Leonardo da Vinci said, blah blah. And he said, you took the words out of my mouth. You're a very bright, smart kid. And I
Which
was
is
like,
really
oh,
not.
that sneaky bitch. She's smart.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I'm interested in this game. I think I might actually buy this.
Whoa, awesome.
I'm not into these type of heavy. To my knowledge, it's the same people who made Heavy Rain.
Oh,
I'm not 100% on that, so don't quote me.
okay.
So I'm not
Heavy
interest-
Rain.
Yeah, I'm actually interested. So it's definitely check it out, guys. If you're interested in that type of thing. Tom and Jerry.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I was reading that. I forgot we were still doing this. Next one, Unmechanical Extended Edition.
Woo, whoop-de-fucking-do.
Sounds like a Incredible Machine kind of game, maybe. PlayStation 4. Apotheon.
Apotheon. It's free on PlayStation Plus.
Yes, buy it.
Let's
Download
get the
it.
other two.
Life is Strange, Episode 1, also in there. Unmechanical Extended Edition. Wii U. Frenchy Birds.
Friendship Birds, come, Elias, come play our Friendship Bird game.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I don't even know idea what this is about.
Yeah,
It probably
yeah.
has nothing to do with what I'm trying to mock it with.
You're like a Borat voice, not even French. Metroid Prime Trilogy.
Amazing. It's so cool that they're bringing out these Wii games now.
This one I should be the price. It's $9.99, but this is a promotional price, whatever that means. So
I actually
probably
don't know what it
less.
means.
I don't know.
Actually, okay.
Do you know, Elena, what the promotional stuff means on the Wii and Wii U
I'm
and
not
stuff?
sure. Not right now. I don't have my Wii U yet. Still
Yeah.
saving up for that.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
I
it's like
think-
a standard thing. I don't know.
Could be.
I don't know. I think it's Metro Prime Trilogy on the Club Nintendo price right now thing. Is that part of that?
But don't you just use coins for that? You don't actually pay for it.
Yeah, I mean you don't pay for it, but I mean, like, are they having a special discounted price to match the?
That could be one of
value?
the games. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. I think it might.
I'm
be.
not a Nintendo. Well, I think technically I am because when I bought the DS, I think it gave me a code to sign up for that. But no way, I'm not part of Club Nintendo. Yeah, so I don't know.
Well, wasn't.
Can
Club
I have
Nintendo-
your points because
I don't. I
need
never
some-
signed up. I don't have.
No. That code, that number that you get with your DS box,
Yeah.
that's still viable. I can still turn that in for coins if you want. If I can have those.
Well, too bad I don't have the paper anymore. Sorry.
God damn it!
The box is right
Damn
next.
it!
Well, I'll check again. The box is right next to Eli. So
Pretty please.
Is
Yeah,
it this
that'd be
box?
good.
yes, that box.
Does it say it on the back?
No, it would be inside the
Oh.
paper. Then we're not looking at this paper now. All right, you look at the paper.
I'll look at the
Elena can
paper.
continue with the Wii U.
All right. So
You're looking at
the
the paper now. You're so funny.
Rockin' Racing
I don't think there's
Off-Road
anything in here.
and the eShop, and Shadow of the Ninja.
Why don't you throw this away?
All right, show the stream. What's in the
The
box?
unboxing of the Nintendo 2DS. There's plastic.
No.
You threw away the important thing and kept the plastic.
Is it fun when you degrade yourselves like that?
I didn't know I saved the plate, so I saved the plastic.
Yeah, you.
But I didn't save the paper.
That's really dumb. Yeah, what is a? There's a little QR code on
God.
this. No, it's pointless. There's nothing good in here.
Well, I guess I don't have the papers anymore, Elena. So I have the plastic.
Damn it!
Yeah.
Can you redeem that for coins?
No. Damn it.
I'll leave this out. Okay.
So continuing on
Dang it.
to the Xbox One then.
All right. Hashtag iDarb. The hell is that?
Oh, you don't know what iDarb is?
Do you know?
Not a clue.
I used to know. I'm gonna Google it right now. I want to say iDarb was. Wait, no, that is what's going on here. I want to say iDarb was that fucking. No, I'm not even gonna say what I think it is because I think I'm wrong.
All right,
so.
whatever.
I'll,
Yeah.
I'll tell you it is in a second. Continue. It's actually
Life
a really
is
big
Strange,
game.
Episode 1, also, and a Mechanical Extended Edition. Those two are,
Coming out everywhere.
continue 3DS.
Oh yes, continue on.
Alright, Drop Zone, Under Fire. I don't know what that is. Gunman Clive 2. I heard Gunman Clive is actually kind of fun. It's only a $3 game, that's not bad. Jewel Quest, The Sapphire Dragon. If you're a fan of the Jewel Quest series. Shadow of the Ninja as well. And Sumiko.
Don't you?
I'm not. Sumiko's probably a Japanese game. I'm just gonna bet on that.
Agreed.
PS Vita. Criminal Girls Invite Only, which is a PSN game as well. It's almost a full price game at $40. It's interesting. PC. Firefly Online Cortex, free to play.
Actually,
Awesome.
yeah, it's a free-to-play game.
Yeah. Forward to the Sky. Steam. Life is Strange, Episode 1 again. Making History, The Great War. That seems interesting. Neko-chan Hero Collection.
Yeah, a lot of fucking. Did we were talking about this like the last episode? A lot of Japanese dating sims have been coming to Steam. A lot.
Good.
And I don't know if this Nico-chan is one, but it just reminded me of a dating sim. So whether it is or not.
Nico
Probably
means
is.
cat,
I'm
right?
gonna- yeah, it's
Oh wait,
Neko-chan.
Nico-chan here. Wait, this is the one where you play, where you
Neko.
actually date the cat girls. Oh my god, I think I know this one. I saw a stream of this. This is hilarious. There's one
Neko.
called fucking Vanilla. These games are so goddamn cute. No wonder Japan's so fucked up.
It's so
Yeah.
good.
There
At
was
it.
a cat girl who was like, "Oh, master, my name's Vanilla," and I'm like, "Oh my fucking god."
You know, I'm only interested if she dressed up as a maid.
Oh my god, though,
Actually,
these cat girls get. Oh my god, they
Yeah, I know,
pander
I
so
know.
much. I'm like, oh my god, I can't handle this.
I just want to say a cat would make a terrible maid because it would shed as fast
Oh,
as it would be
no, no,
cleaning
no.
up.
They only have the cool
Cat
parts,
girls-
the ear. They have the ears
Oh.
and maybe a tail. They
They
have the
don't
cool
shed.
parts of a cat, none of the shitty
Yeah.
parts.
They don't use litter
Yeah, they-
boxes.
No, they don't use litter boxes.
They poop in sand.
Not furries, like cat girls and fox girls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, they just have to. You know, you get any more furry than that, you're in definitely furry territory. But I mean,
Yeah, and really quickly, iDarb is actually a imaginary sports game, kind of like Windjammers was
Oh.
back in the day on the Neo Geo, or actually fucking a console. I think.
I know nothing.
It's
of
actually
this
cool. It's
football
pixel
you
art.
speak
It's
of.
pretty pixel art, and they actually like have the Elias. You can see over here on my screen. See how they do the pixels and stuff.
Ah,
Yeah,
I do see. I like
for
it.
the characters. Yeah, it looks actually kind of interesting. You looks like you toss a ball type of thing around, and you're on a team, and it's a really interesting imaginary sport. It looks like, but that's what iDarb is. Hashtag iDarb. By the way, remember when it was called the number sign?
Pound sign.
Man, I remember those days.
Yes, I do.
Moving on for the more new releases from
What
Steam.
did the pound sign even do? Nobody knows.
All right, Nightmares from the Deep, Davy Jones. Sounds generic.
Yeah.
Kicks the cat.
Yeah, that actually made it onto Steam now. They actually start off on consoles. It's actually a really cool platform adventure type game. It's 2D, and you have different abilities, stuff that you play as a cat, and it's kind of like that Schrodinger's cat game a little bit, but a little different.
Okay.
Yeah, but still different. They're not the same game. I actually recommend it from everything I saw. I never played it, obviously, but I did enjoy it when I was watching streams of it. It's really cool.
Cat stuff.
Raven's Cry? That's a cat game?
Sorry, sorry,
Oh.
I yawned. Raven's Cry, yeah. Oh wow, $49.49. That's an interesting price.
Indeed
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, that could be
Okay.
wrong. Again,
Just a guess.
and this one I actually know. You know this one too, Eli.
Transform Ice.
Remember that's that Flash game.
Which Flash game?
It's a Flash game where it was online, and I would go into the browser, and then you would pop as a mouse, and other people would pop as a mouse, and you'd have to like do certain type of
Oh.
objectives.
Wasn't
some
this
were-
game like pure chaos?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now
Big
it's
at
on.
the cheese.
It's on Steam for early access now. I've noticed
Oh,
a
okay.
lot of Flash games are coming onto Steam now recently too.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Are they from New
Hope they work a little
I
better.
actually played this Flash game too. I don't know what the fuck. Who the fuck would want to play this? It was chaotic.
Yeah, it was insane.
You would have to like invite your friends only. You would never want to join a public room.
No, there's like 10,000
Oh,
Yeah,
mice.
so many mice in there. it
The
would
physics
lag.
were out of control. Like
Yeah.
it just thought it was laggy. Mice everywhere. Names floating above the mice.
Yeah, I will say like the chat room was saying like trans mice was a bomb, and I was like, yeah, it was fun. Just when you'd go in a public room.
Yeah.
Fuck man, so many mice, and those are the new releases.
Hey, that was cool.
Yeah, it was cool indeed. I think that'll be our show. Unless there's anything else we want to do at the end there. I think that's about it.
Full frontal nudity.
Yeah. We have to-
No, not doing it.
Well, hey, we didn't suggest you. Oh, I don't know. Do you secretly want to do these things? Because you were the first one to say no, and no one suggested anything.
How about full rear
I
nudity?
just assumed.
What's rear nudity?
Instead of frontal, it's the opposite.
I never thought of it like that. All right, full rear nudity. We technically have that disclaimer in case it ever happens. We're
Yeah.
prepared. But it'll have to be censored because Twitch will kick us off immediately.
That's true.
I don't know. How long do we have, do you think, before Twitch would notice? I don't know.
Probably.
Do you
a
think they
while.
have an
Yeah.
algorithms like, oh, that's a fucking dick.
Or a
Send it
butt.
in the mods.
Yeah.
Not a clue.
What if you held up a drawing of a butt or something? And then the
I do
algorithm-
believe, I think that the rules are if the game possesses it, if it's created in the game, some of it's allowed.
Okay.
I don't think full, but you can't be up there for more than like a second or two.
Oh.
Like if it's a drawing of a butt that the character holds, like if they're showing here's a picture of a butt and it goes away after like 10 seconds, I don't think that counts as breaking the rules. Just saying. I'm just saying, Nappa. I'm just saying.
Just saying.
I'm just saying. Well, I guess that'll be our show then. I want to thank Elena for joining us.
No problem.
No full frontal nudity today, but that's okay. We respect your right to wear hoodies.
In the hood.
In the hood.
You'd better.
You better.
I'm just,
Oh, I thought you were going to put your hood up. Oh, I thought you were going to be all badass. Like, yeah, I wear hoodies.
You look like Weird Al.
Actually, you do look like Weird Al a little
stop
bit.
it. Shut up.
Oh, you've heard that before, haven't you, in your life?
Yeah, I mean, that's funny.
No, I haven't. I know I have a long face.
It's the chin, yeah, the strong chin.
Why the
Yeah, I
long
know.
face, Elena?
Ah!
Because I'm 1/8 Indian.
Oh, man, I won't do that again. Oh, okay, that was fun.
You're part Indian, you said?
Don't you mean
Oh, yeah.
Native American?
Yeah, that's racially insensitive, Elena.
No, I'm
I
just
like
joking.
the term Indian.
Can you get any money?
Do you have a casino?
Do you have enough for...
I could.
Get the money!
I
What are
could.
you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? That's
I
so
did-
much money.
I
Get it.
didn't care for going to college. I could technically go to college.
Oh,
for
shit,
free
yeah, you
because
gotta
of-
do things. You just don't get the money. Fuck. I
Yeah,
forgot.
I
That's
don't-
like the best
it's
part.
like-
When I heard that Native Americans can get the money from the from their tribe or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I actually don't know how it works at all.
Yeah,
but I
you're
just
like
know you can get
1/16.
money if you're a certain
It's
amount of
a-
Native American.
Yeah.
Hey,
What percent
And
or
I thought-
fraction?
Isn't it
I
like
don't know.
isn't it like
I have
point
to go with my
1?
dad to do it.
I
And
don't know.
I don't know. I'd have to go with my dad to do it, and my dad and I don't talk, so I don't care.
Oh.
And it is a pain. It's a massive buttload of paperwork that I do not feel like going through.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess so.
I guess so. And also, I want to thank Elias for joining us because I forgot we're ending the show, but that totally
Yeah.
went off on a tangent.
No, it was a good end.
Yeah, it was a good end. Yeah, so I want to remind you guys that you can follow us on Twitter, RFPTV. Add us to your circles and Google Plus under Remove from Play. Add us on Facebook. Search Remove from Play under shows. Join the forums to extend the conversation beyond the show. This has been episode number 129, February 3rd, 2015. And we'll see you all next week for episode 130. Peace out, home dogs.
Bye.
That.